Gentlemen and children of all ages, the shit show that is my life. We're going to have a little discussion today about depression. How we find ourselves there, how we find our way out, how we can do something more with ourselves. Let's start a poll here. Let's see. Just give me 1 second as I do this. Just give me 1 second. Take me forever to do anything, especially without coffee in the old brain. Hope everybody out there in YouTube land is doing all right. If you're struggling with depression, anxiety, or any kind of mental health, feel free to stick around for a little bit. Once I get some coffee in me, I might be able to have a coherent thought, and we can come together and figure out a solution to the best of our abilities. We're going to slow and steady find our way out of this painful place. Trying something new. There we go. There it is. Who we got there? MD. Hey there, Scott. Hey there, MD. Good morning. We're working on it, slow and steady. It's gonna be all right. It's all gonna be all right. Getting moving. Find a spot that makes sense. I don't know, or something, or not. Just starting a little poll there. Figured we'd try something a little different. It's good chat with you this morning. You looked amazing in your hat there, MD. Remember, you have homework. We're going to do something for ourselves today. Find a way to have compassion, love, and appreciation for who we are, despite what we might be struggling with. The world's full of struggle, pain, and anguish. We'll find our way through it together, my friends. Needs a chat. Well, hopefully you'll pop in here in a bit. If not, I'll reach out afterwards. I get that 110%. Slow and steady, still pulling myself out of that place. It gets easier with every small step, but it's definitely not a simple thing at all. Let's get a cup of coffee in my brain, pour some caffeine on it, and we'll figure it out from there. How's that sound? Kevin, good morning, good sir. His and hers landscaping. Morning. It's good to see you back there, Mr. and Mrs. Landscaping. Cup of coffee this morning, and we're going to chat a little bit about depression, how you might fall into this place, some of the tools that I've learned to pull myself back a little bit. But first things first, some caffeine in the old brain so we can move forward. Unknown info, good morning, and hello there, good sir James. You got the door props so we don't asphyxiate ourselves with this leaky bullshit. And I think I got everything slow and steady today. Slow and steady, good sirs and madams. But let's send some prayers to Scott W. And I will reach out to Scott if we don't see him here. Even if we do see him here, we'll reach out to Scott today and see how he's doing. He's a good dude who does his best to do the next right thing. And that's what matters. We get wrapped up into all this other BS, tormenting ourselves with the pain and anguish of not being enough, or this self-diminishing torture we put ourselves through, that for a lot of us becomes depression. Ooh, whoa, yeah, a little slow. There we go. For me, it starts with anxiety most of the time, and I get myself so worn out on it that when the depression hits, I'm not sure. It's a complete other end of the spectrum. It feels like, it's hard to explain. It's hard to fully grasp and understand, and yet we're stuck with it sometimes. And I want to bond together and figure out a way for us to not overcome this thing that's part of us, but to find some medicine that'll help us navigate our way out of it enough to start taking care of ourselves once again. In that state of depression, Nothing seems to matter. Like this empty, hollow, broken abyss of loneliness and loss that consumes us so completely. How do we find ourselves there, and how do we get out? How do we get back to that place where we can care for ourselves enough to truly have compassion and love for who we are, and to feel again, to feel love and appreciation for ourselves. I'm sorry, be right back. I have anxiety. I was chasing my mole in my yard and the hole and a sword. With a sword? James, you're absolutely not bad, good sir. But we appreciate you today. We appreciate everybody popping in. The love, respect, and honesty when it comes to open communication. There's the first step for you right there. You find yourself in a broken and lost place of anxiety or depression. Today we'll focus a little bit more on the depression end of it. Just because that's what the topic is. There we go. How about that? Doesn't need anything else. We're gonna get some coffee and us be slow and steady about it. Another little trick, another little tip for us to find our way forward. His and hers, I have bad depression and anxiety. I'm with you, his and hers landscaping, and I appreciate you, good sir. Your open, honest communication is very much appreciated. Parker, Priest, Skip Diddity Riz, he says. Unknown info, you are built a great community on YouTube. This is truly a great place to talk about mental health issues. Well, thank you, Unknown info, and appreciate you sharing. On his and hers landscaping, we're going to put you onto the wall of champions for being open and honest about your emotional state. But just got to give me a minute. Let me get the coffee rolling. Today, all you got to do to get onto the roof of champions there is be open and honest with us. Good, bad, or indifferent. Do you feel these things? Do you not understand these things? And it's okay. If you don't get it, don't judge it. Don't criticize it. That's the biggest thing I can say. And if you do understand it, there's a light at the end of that tunnel. We're gonna find it together. Why is my light's not going off? There we go. All right. Water's in there. Good thing. I don't know what I'm doing myself. Let's heat this water up. Okay, there we go. Whew, I need some caffeine before we can start this conversation. But I try. It's a slow and steady process to pull ourselves out of this place. Barker acted. I'm not sure what that means, Willie G. Please explain. Hey, thank you. I also know the feeling you are trying to describe. It happens every day. And then, knowing that we're not in this shit show alone can help us immensely to push forward and find a way, out of this place of lost, broken dreams, right? This hollowness. Sometimes it's debatable on what feels worse, anxiety or depression, right? Because this anxiety is every thought and every moment and all the pain in the world crushing us all at once, and every nerve ending just worn to nothing, and then it turns into nothingness. Hollow, empty nothingness where I want anything, and I strive to want anything. I strive to move. I strive to breathe. I strive to care. And part of me in there that's locked and broken, just it wants to be out of that, but we get stuck in this. I get stuck in this, and I just I'm finding my way out here with the help of you and all the kind people here in YouTube land, and I'm doing my best to express myself. From losing family and friends, very much so, subbed and liked right away. The best sound. We appreciate you very much, the best sound. Coming in, being open and honest, and becoming part of the Turtle Herd is a blessing. We appreciate you deeply for deciding to join the shit show that is my life. That is our life, the Turtle Herd, and our adventures and misadventures, and our striving to understand love, appreciation, and hope through the depression and anxiety. Have you ever been, I already said that one, is my son's anniversary today. MD, we're with you, and we appreciate that deeply. We appreciate you sharing that. That's a hard thing to go through. To lose a child is something that through all the pain that I've experienced, that's something that I couldn't even fathom. To lose one of these small ones in our lives. It's got to be one of the most painful things to go through. We're with you today, MD, and we appreciate you sharing that. Going to send love to MD on this difficult day, and let her know that we're in this together. This is a group effort here to find a way through the struggle and the pain over a nice cup of coffee or tea. That's hard, MD. Sending love. Sally, if you want to feel better, get out of self. Speaking to all of us, helping others, thinking of others. Take your mind off your own troubles. Good morning. Sally, thank you very much. I believe that's definitely part of the medicine here that we're exploring today. And thank you for that tool. Thank you for laying that tool before us, because that is a huge one. Get out of yourself. Take a break from that. This self-torture and abuse that we put ourselves through, that we feel like we deserve so completely. That's a lie. You don't deserve it, my friends and my brothers and sisters out there in YouTube land. You don't deserve that pain and anguish that comes along with all those lies that we tell ourselves when we're in pain. And the first step is to do something, anything. Get up and do something. That feeling of uselessness will leave you. Now, my father didn't understand anxiety. There's something he openly, discussed, and but he did have this understanding of human nature and what binds us and what sets us free. And to get up and do something with ourselves can set ourselves free in a way that nothing else can. And if you need to do it for somebody else, do it for somebody else. If you don't feel worth it and you can't get over that empty melancholy feeling of not being enough and it not being worth it, you could do it for the ones you've lost. You could do it for the ones that are here. You can do it for the people that truly care for you, that don't want you to feel this way. And it doesn't have to be any huge thing. Just start simple, start slow, start steady. I'm sure it was most of the time it's a slow and steady decline, right? Into this painful place we find ourselves in. It's going to take time to find ourselves out, to find our way out. It's going to take time to navigate this feeling so that we can become something more through it. And I'll be honest with you, I've been struggling with these things, this fluctuation of emotions for some time now in my life. Through these understandings and reflections, and through the things I've learned, the tools I've been given, through the people I care for, we don't have to stay in there as long. We don't have to be stuck in that abyss of broken dreams and lost hopes. If we could pull ourselves out of it 1 second sooner this time and 1 second sooner the next time, that's what matters. But it starts with the small things. Get up and do something with yourself. Be open and honest and communicate with someone you love, that you care for. You deserve that. Thank you, Scott and Unknown. We care for you deeply in Gates' worst age, it seems. It gets worse with age. Well, yeah, I'm with you on that. I think, for me, all of this came to a head when I stopped living in the moment completely through my adolescence and insanity. And I've gotten better with it at age through these meditations and reflections, and it seems to maybe get, I don't even know, deeper, but I think that we can grow and become stronger, and every time it could be a little bit less. It could take a little bit more of our time if we could come together and be open and honest with each other. And I appreciate you, his and hers. We got to give you that spot on the roof today, the ceiling of champions. We're going to stick you right there, his and hers. Oh, this right here. Yeah, there we go. We'll give you the spot right there. His and hers landscaping. We appreciate you being open with us, communicating with love and respect in your heart. It means a lot to us. That's what it takes. It takes a group to come together with open love and respect. And you don't have to know what to say. You don't have to know what to do. But start small. Take care of yourself in some way. Just 1% more than yesterday. If you're stuck in that abyss and that loss and that emptiness, hydrate. Care for yourself. Try to say and do for you what you would say and do for someone that you love deeply. That if you could take yourself out of it just for a moment and think about how would you treat someone you love that's in this scenario. What would you do? What would you say? How would you act? What would you recommend, to someone you care for deeply? And then do your best to do at least one of those things. And I know it sounds ludicrous, especially if you're in that mindset of pain and loss and depression, where it all seems so hollow, it all seems so useless and pointless, and it's so hard to make any move. But how would you feel if someone you loved felt like that? What would you want from them? Those are the things we got to start meditating on. That's what it truly means to love ourselves, to find a way through this pain and anguish. Let me try to get caught up here. Good morning, Sally. It does get worse as age. I'm in place with it now. We appreciate you sharing, MD. Time is a healer. But the scars never truly go away, and it's okay to feel it. It's okay to feel it. You don't have to be stronger than it, and it doesn't have to be okay, MD. If you deserve to feel whatever way you need to feel in any given moment, despite how long it's been. Good morning, Scott. I love everyone. My God bless everyone today. Thank you, Dizzle. We appreciate it. My father does not understand. And it's hard sometimes. My father didn't understand it, but he tried to have an open heart. He tried to allow me to explain this stuff to him, and I think he grasped it a little bit. But before he died, believe me, he understood anxiety. He understood depression. He went through some stuff physically that put him in a place that I'm sure he understood it completely after his strokes and the struggle with his biological family and him leaving this world. So have compassion for these people that are in it, because you might feel it whether you understand it or not. There's going to be a time, especially if you judge these people like, oh, it's a joke, or oh, just stop it. Like, that's the worst way to handle it if you don't understand anxiety, if you don't understand depression, because the world has a way of coming around and teaching you a lesson. And believe me, if you don't feel it, you don't want to learn that lesson. Have compassion and appreciation and hope in your heart for these people that are going through this. It might not make sense to you, but believe me, it's a struggle. It's an empty, hollow abyss of loneliness and loss that makes everything mean nothing. And, we got to find a way out of it. There is a way out, my friends, but it's got to be a self-catered way out. Some of these tools will help you take a step forward, and some of them won't. But you got to give them a try. It's and the more things you try and you figure out what works for you, that's how we're going to find our way out of it sooner. And maybe, if you are depressed, I've heard this quote from Jim Carrey that depression is the need for deep rest, right? In need of deep rest. Maybe you need to be in that place just for a day or two, or just for this moment, just for an hour, where you could just let it all go and be broken and be hollow. It's your part of it, I believe, is your body's defense mechanism, because we get so overwhelmed with all this shit that happens in our life that we have to shut down. We can't feel another thing. We can't swallow another handful of shit the world is handing us. It's torturous and painful, and our body shuts down in a way, and you need that deep rest. You understand, if you're in that point that you need that deep rest, take that deep rest and the time that you need to pull yourself through it. I implore you. It's the hardest thing I've ever been through. I'm sorry for your daughter, James. James, my daughter lost her first. It's very hard. We appreciate you guys sharing. And that's the thing, too. There's another bit of medicine for you. Be open and honest. Don't lock these things away and make them yours, and allow them to destroy us. We stand strong for the people we love, and we lock it away, and it destroys us from the inside out until we can't handle another drop of pain, and we just go empty. We go hollow, and nothing matters. And that's a dark, scary place to be. Pain is one thing, but lack thereof completely, when you're saturated by it, is something else that needs to be recognized. And understand that people in this world have compassion and love for you, and you deserve better. Girl on the way. We're excited for you, James. Sally, I've had both. I believe depression is worse than anxiety. Yeah, in ways it is. I've been debating on this over the last couple of days now that I'm pulling my head together. Now that I'm taking these small, simple things, like what is worse, feeling it all at once or feeling absolutely nothing? You know, it's a hell of a fucking feeling. Congratulations, James. I hope you spoil your grandkids. Oh, he's going to spoil that sweet little girl. James, Ryan James, dude. Much respect to you to keep on fighting and not letting your depression rule you or life or control you. Understandably, I am in the mindset right now where I would be better, and I am in the mindset right now where I want to be better and feel better. Thank you, James. Let's stick you up onto the wall of champions. That's what we're doing here today. We're finding a way out together as a group, the turtle herd, as we lovingly refer to our followers here, our subscribers. You know, because turtles bond together in a social group, you know, for protection in communication and relevance and respect for one another. We want to emulate that as the turtle herd here. And we're proud, Ryan, to have you as part of the turtle herd today with your open arm, honest communication. It's a blessing to have you in, Ryan James, and everybody who's stopping in and giving their piece and trying to help us find tools so that we could find our way out. You know, and that tool of expression can help you find a way out of that depression. I guarantee you. You know, say hello, express yourself, say what you feel in your heart and your mind, despite the stigma you might feel on it, despite the fact that you might feel like it doesn't matter and what's it going to do and it's all going to be this forever. It doesn't have to be this forever. You don't have to be in that black abyss for the rest of your life. I implore you to reach out to someone you care for. I implore you to find a sense of love and compassion in your heart and respect and reverence for who you are so that we could push forward and become something more and feel again. You deserve to feel, you know, whether it be pain, anguish, and sorrow, or whether, you know, or whether the time be for love, respect, and admiration. You deserve all of it. I'm worried a little bit that our truth fund baby, I don't want him growing up an asshole. So there you go. Yeah, I appreciate that, James, too. You know, something about conditioning when it comes to children as well. You know, you should worry about that and keep that in mind. Spoil them and love them, be grandpa, but if there's no one around to kick them in the ass, kick them in the ass. You know, I've met too many human beings that are empty and hollow, you know, in this vain way because everything's been handed to them. They've never had to struggle for nothing. It's like, you know, and people do this for their children and it destroys them on a level, you know, that's hard to explain. But yeah, you're right. You know, to just keep that in mind, man, and keep humble and try to find a middle ground is the best I can say with that, good sir. I appreciate you thinking about it. James, it just feels like so much is... It just feels like so much just to even take a shower. Yes, James. Yes. It's a horrible place to be in, brother. But that's the thing. You get up and you take that damn shower when the time is right. You know, start with something even simpler. Drink a glass of water, man. For every time your mind tells you you're a piece of shit and it doesn't matter, tell it to go fuck itself. Start there. I'm not having it. Yeah, you know, the last day that I was completely saturated by it, I had to tell myself over and over again that it's okay. It's going to be okay. This too shall pass. It's okay. It's going to be okay. This too shall pass. If you got to do that all fucking day long so that you don't have to listen to yourself, then that's where you start. You know, the shower could be 10 steps down the road, my brother. I know it seems simple, right? But if you understand anxiety and depression, then it might not be the simplest thing. And I appreciate you expressing that, good sir. You know, just taking a shower, right, can be the hardest thing in the world. Just getting up and saying anything to anybody because of our shame that's embedded in us, you know, because of this darkness and broken nature that we find ourselves in. Somehow we feel like we deserve it. You know, we find a way to condemn ourselves through this empty feeling. You know, what did I do wrong? Why am I here? I must deserve to be here. Well, this is a trick our minds play on us, my friends. I believe that completely. You don't deserve to be in that place. There's very few things you can do in this world to deserve to be there, and there's always a way out, no matter what it is. You know, And that way out is through open, honest communication. That's the first thing for me. Whatever the first medicine might be for you, just to drink a glass of water, get some vitamins in you, do something positive for yourself. I highly recommend Simple Greens. Or a beautiful thing. You get them at Rite Aids, and they're full of nutrients, and it's a one little powder, tastes like lemongrass. I kind of like it because it's earthy. You mix a little bit with some water and take that down. You start getting some nutrients into your body that you might need. That you probably definitely need if you're feeling depressed. I'm sure you're not eating right. I'm sure that it's, how hard is it to make a meal, especially when you're alone, right? For yourself. Like, what does that matter? With all this other stuff going on, since I've already know the feeling. Thank you for sharing his and hers. We appreciate you. My girlfriend's motorcycle isn't running. No fun today. Well, you're with us, good sir. My grandfather was also like my father. I come from a divorced family. Well, we appreciate you sharing his and hers. Inspire. What's up, Scott and everyone? Love Inspire in Thailand today. Well, thank you. Shout out from the Americas over there to Thailand. We're talking a little bit about depression and how we handle that and what the tools may be. The person that cracked me in is not my father. I'm with you on that, James, too. Spiritual fathers are a huge thing. The person that created me is not my father as well. I would not consider this man a father. A father is through actions, just like any other family. And if you find yourself in this place like, oh, I'm stuck with these people, and this is my family, and this is all I've got, open your heart. A God of your understanding will guide you to the people that you need to be around. He gave me brothers. He gave me a father. He's given me mother figures and aunt figures and, uncles, these people that aren't biologically related to me, through my understanding that I need something more, and I do love my biological family. Their struggle is deep, but it doesn't have to be that way. Open your heart, and Creator will put in your path exactly what you need. I can guarantee you that, but we have to let go of the expectations. We have to just move with the river of life and allow it to be what it is. And that can be a hard thing to do when we're feeling the way we feel, right? Who wants us? Who's going to accept us? Who's going to love us, right? Feeling empty, hollow, and broken. Who wants that? I want that. I want you here. I want you to understand that you deserve love, respect, and hope despite the pain you might be in. Inspire. What up, Scott? What up, Inspire? Hello, Inspire. Look, like, share, subscribe. Thank you, James. Hope you have a good day today. Smith, we are going to have a great day because we're going to make it. We're going to make it through the depression, the anxiety, the grief, the loss, the struggle, the pain, whatever your issue might be today. We can get through it together. We can weather the burden together. One small little token of love and respect by double tapping that screen helps me a lot to find some vigor and appreciation in my heart. Your thumbs will not fall off. I can almost guarantee you that. If they do, we always thought they wouldn't have. But it's one little pebble. It can change the world. One little distortion of this thing laying out in front of us can help us change it all completely. I guarantee you that, my friends. It starts with one pebble of love thrown into this sea of pain. And then another and another. And as we stand together, and we all decide to add love into this world around us, it becomes a little bit easier to digest. And I don't believe that there's any medicine that helps immediately that is a true permanent medicine. And I'm not telling you that some of these things aren't necessary in the moment. If you've taken all the steps that you can take, and you're here listening to this, and you're still in a spot, and and you have actually done it, because I know how ludicrous it can sound. Drinking water, who cares? Getting up and showering, doing all this. I don't have any energy and motivation. Maybe you can't get up without it. You need some kind of medical help. There's 988. I'm not a professional. I'm not a I've been, I would say I'm a professional when it comes to mental health because I've been through it. But, 988 is there for you. If you're in the States, call 988. If you're not in the States, please refer to someone who cares. California is calling me. Yeah, some kind of scam. I'm sure of it. Unknown info, James, the turtle herd. I love it. Thank you for the. Yeah, no problem, James. We love having you part of the turtle herd. It just takes a little, hit that little red button up there, and you're part of it, man. We're going to bond together with appreciation, hope, love, and respect for whatever you're going through, man. It's a struggling world out there, and I know too well how depression, anxiety, grief, and pain and anguish, loss, and self-loathing can consume us. And I don't want that for me anymore, because I'm taking myself out of it and I'm looking at myself the way my brothers did. I'm gonna treat myself the way I would treat my brothers. If when they found themselves in this place, what would I say to save my brother's life? Anything. What would I have said to alleviate a little bit of pain from my brother's heart if he felt this way, when he felt this way in life? And take those actions for yourself, because you deserve that, because that human being that you love so deeply would do the same for you if they understood what you're going through. And try not to hold a lot of animosity towards these people that don't understand what you're going through. If someone doesn't understand anxiety, it's like trying to explain back pain. It's like trying to explain hunger to someone who's never been hungry. It's nearly impossible, right? And it seems, but maybe it's pointless. I tried to explain it to my father with the anxiety. It's like that moment you trip and fall and your whole body goes into shock. It's like that moment stretched out forever and it won't stop. Your heart's racing, every nerve in your body's on end, and you're in that panic mode for a second. And I could see the look in his eyes when I told him that, holy shit, what? What do you mean? You're stuck in it. You're stuck in that moment of pain and anguish, and if someone can truly hear you and love you and try to understand whether they go through it or not, to explain this empty, hollow abyss, they don't need to feel it to have compassion for you, if you try to help them understand that. It's a hard thing to wrap your head around if you've never felt hollow. Good morning, Scott. Unknown info. Funny enough that Scott calls us the turtle herd while I have a fear of turtles. You got a fear of turtles? That's the last thing you should be fearing. That's completely and I'm glad you admit that it's irrational. You know what I'm saying? You're absolutely hilarious. I don't mean to laugh at you. Your fears are warranted, and I appreciate you. I knew a friend back in the day who was scared of windmills. If that's what causes you fear, we would probably dig into that and figure out why. Sally says, I found that I can speak my words into existence. Let go. Let the Creator lead. It is hard to let go with faith, to believe in will be for the it will be for the best. It's an incredibly hard thing, Sally. And I appreciate you acknowledging that. I appreciate you expressing that. When we're in these moments, we feel so segregated and alone. I feel like no one could ever understand this. The world just goes on around me and everybody's doing fine, right? Everybody's okay. And I'm stuck in this abyss and I'm worthless because of it. And then that whisper becomes a roar, right? That whisper of pain and anguish that you're not good enough and that you're a piece of shit and that, no one cares for you and you're here and you feel this way for a reason. That becomes reality. That's what I meant earlier by, sometimes when you're really into it and that voice won't stop, that whisper won't stop, you need to just fill that void with something else. Play some music or tell yourself 1,000 times in a row that this too shall pass, because it will. The good, the bad, the indifferent, it's going to pass. In this moment of pain and anguish, there's some medicine to help us out of it, and it's not some medicine, it's like some magic cure, right? When it comes to mental health, now, I think in moments there are some things that can really help you, some medicines that can really help pull you out of it. But I don't feel like I want to take something forever continuously to mask this pain, but if you're in a point where you can't control it, I've taken medication in the past for periods of time to find my way out of it, and then when you're on that good side of it, try to recognize. Now that's the crazy thing, when you're on the opposite side of it, trying to recognize what is really going on. Because it's like, it's it's gone and I'm fine. And that feeling seems so far away, so impossible that it could ever happen again. And we just doodly dee, everything's great, but we have to acknowledge what put us there, you know, because it's a slow and steady decline. All of a sudden you find yourself broken and lost and depressed. I don't just wake up one day. It's like, okay, the fucking tree falls on the house, and okay, I try to help a friend, and then I myself, and then, you know, I don't know what to say to another friend in pain, and I try to help that person, and no matter what I say, I'm a piece of shit. And then, you know, and I go out and I try to make some money, and I just get so overwhelmed by anxiety that I'm whatever, and then I'm not eating right this whole time, and I'm obviously not sleeping right, going through days and days of this shit, and before you know it, I'm sitting there stuck and broken, and then I can't even get off the couch. Yeah, and again, I find myself in this place of useless, hollow, broken anxiety, loss, and grief. And it's like, I don't, you know, it's like all of a sudden, it's like out of nowhere, but it happens in this slow and steady way. And I'm here to tell you that there's a slow and steady, real way out, you know, and when we find ourselves on the other way out of it, doesn't mean that we're going to be out of it forever. You know, it means that we get better at controlling it and appreciating who and what we are. Reader, what time is it over there? Right now it's about, let's see, 9:13. Reader, what time is it where you're at? 7:07 in the US. Okay, Sally, I won't speak my life as a shit show, or it will become one because you believe it. All right, you know, manifest destiny and all that. So yeah, I say that more as a joke, but you're right. You know, I think that there's some things that we should limit our speech, our words manifest the reality around us. You know, I met a kind gentleman a while back who helped me to acknowledge that I say I think and maybe too damn much, and I worked on that for a while, because, you know, it's this lack of confidence, it's this lack of vigor in what we're saying, it's this fear that I'll be misheard or misunderstood. So it's like a cowering statement. And then that's the same thing too, Sally, like this you know, this self-talk, this shit show. But, you know, I guess it all depends on the context you put it in. You know, when I say the shit show that is my life, it's just kind of a way for me to like step back and laugh at it. Like, it's, you know, here we go. But like, you know, it is a shit show to a certain extent, but it doesn't have to be a shit show in a horrible, depressing, broken way. You know, it can be this juggling, fun, freelance kind of feeling. You know, the hectic nature of things for me sets me free, I guess, at times. And the shit show, you know, of the freedom and love and respect that comes along with setting myself free is something, you know, I strive to be in. And, but you're right. You know, we manifest our destiny through words, experiences, love, and appreciation are the words I want to start to use. It's 10 o'clock in LA. Always careful, James. St. Louis. We appreciate all the times, Jameson. You're an amazing human being. I'm seriously, Sally. It has done me wonders in my life. What are we talking about? You, Sally, can do stuff into. Yeah, Sally, you can stuff into existence, so be careful. Yes, and I think that in reality we do manifest a reality around us through our actions and words, through our mindset. That's why that whisper is so dangerous. That's why that whisper in the back of our minds is so fucking dangerous. Because after 1,000 times over and over again that I'm a piece of shit and that I'm not worth it, well, you are. Because you've manifested that destiny. You believe that truly and wholeheartedly because you've manifested that reality in the life. Because you said it so many goddamn times. And yeah, I know you feel that way. I know it's a struggle. But you got to let it go and fill that void with something else. You know, you can't just let it go and everything be fine. We have to fill that void with love and compassion, or the pain's just going to creep back up on us. You know, and it doesn't have to be true right in that moment. You don't have to fully believe it in that moment. Just like when the whisper starts in the negative way. Do you fully believe it when you first start thinking you're a piece of shit and this shit's no? Like, but then, you know, a week down the road or even a full day down the road of hearing this shit over and over again, you believe it. It becomes reality, you know, and if you tell yourself you love yourself and you deserve better, it might not feel like reality in that moment. It might not feel like truth, but keep telling yourself, because it will become reality. You can manifest that reality through spiritual alchemy, you know, by reassuring yourself these things. You know, it's like teaching yourself something. You know, you hear the sky's blue or green over and over again, and you beat that into your brain 1,000 different times. It becomes reality. Does that make it true? No, it doesn't make it true. The sky is blue right now, and that's what it is. But I can make anything through my pain and anguish. If through my love and admiration. If I tell myself enough times that I deserve it, then I deserve it. I'm seriously, Sally, it's done me wonders in my life. It's all positivity. Thank you, Sally. That's very true, Sally. Thank you guys for communicating openly. Quantum entanglement. Yes, quantum entanglement is something that I don't know too much about, but I'd love to maybe look into that. We'll figure out a little bit more. Depression sometimes needs some help. Very much so. If you find yourself in that place, you need to reach out to someone you love. You need to stop here in this moment and give yourself the admiration and respect that you deserve and say, I'm not going to have enough. There's enough. I've had enough, and I'm going to feel this way, but I need to do one little thing to take care of myself. You start with having that glass of water. You start with taking a shower, or start with just taking the day and just letting it all go and being numb and hollow. Maybe you need to recharge. I'm not there with you right now. I don't know what stage you're in of pain and anguish, but we can try to help you find the tools here together. A ton of girlfriends, but I've always danced by myself. Skinny Rogers, top of the morning to you there, Mr. Rogers, sir. Good morning, Skinny Rogers. Unknown info. Words become thoughts, thoughts become actions, actions become words. Yes. Actions become reality. I would say they're unknown info, but thank you very much for expressing yourself there, good sir. Sally, I get it. I appreciate you, Sally. I love you deeply. For expressing yourself and being part of the conversation this morning. Isn't that from the movie Dune? I don't know. I haven't seen the new one. Unknown info. I honestly do not know. Great movie. The Whisper is a liar. Damn straight the Whisper's a liar. It seemed so real and convincing, right? Well, of course, right? We know every little thing about ourselves, and if we can't let all these little things go, we don't, when you're in that moment of depression and anxiety or depression, I highly doubt you're thinking about all the positive things you did. I highly doubt you're thinking about every time you smiled at someone and waved and said hello and how it changed their day. That one little ripple of love and respect. The nice thing that you did and took the cart back or grabbed the thing off the top shelf or just told someone they had a cool shirt. That's might be a step down the road to be able to actually communicate and open yourself up, but that is a step there to finding peace and serenity in your heart, is being able to express yourself to any human being, to open yourself up to somebody. I was at the grocery store the other day as I was pushing myself through, and I met this woman, had an awesome shirt, and I told her how cool her shirt was. She said she liked my hat. I told her it was a tribute to my brother who's on his journey, and she expressed to me that she had lost her husband recently, and I told her my heart's with you, and that they're waiting for us there. And she smiled and she said, I lost my sister a couple years ago, and my brother a year before that, and niece, and all these people, and I feel saturated in it, she says. And I expressed to her some of my loss, and I told her it was going to be all right because they're waiting there for us, and that I know that the kind, gentle human being I am sends them love. And you could just see it in her eyes. You could see this sense of peace and appreciation that came over, because it was true in that moment through our discussion. That was the reality of things. We both were at peace knowing that we were sending the people that we loved respect and appreciation through our open communication with someone I've never met. And I'm not saying that'll happen with every person you say hello to, but if you're kind and appreciative enough, that person will come along exactly when you need it. And I needed that in that moment. That was a huge part to pull me a little bit closer to being out of this depression, a little bit closer to finding value and appreciation for myself. Can we please see the camper boat in the water at some point? I know, yes, that's now that we're pulling my head out of my ass. The camper boat is definitely, I've been kind of scoping out a couple spots we could check out. But the camper boat, yes, the camper boat. We are gonna that's do something for yourself. We got to get that camper boat in the water. That's for me, for us, right? For James, he needs to see it. Hikes are an amazing thing, Lo. We appreciate you, Isalaya Lo. Sorry, Lo, I don't want to slaughter your first name. I already did. Amanda Amber, morning from Houston, Texas. Well, thank you, Amber, from Syracuse, New York. And yeah, getting that could be a step down the road as well. Once you get you get that water in you and you get that positive affirmation, or you get that rest you need for a couple days despite the pressure the world's putting on you. You have to put you first and figure out a way to fill your cup. That's the only way that we're going to find love and vigor for ourselves, is by filling our cup. If you're feeling depressed, it's because your cup is so empty. You're in need of deep rest. And without a doubt, I know that in my heart. You're in need of some kind of reboot. But the problem with that is once we shut down, we start, it gets worse because we're physically and emotionally not taking care of ourselves. So we got to start there. We got to start small. Start with a glass of water. Start with a thought that, dig back in there and find a moment in your life you performed an act of kindness. And if you can't find one, go out there and perform an act of kindness. Drinking that glass of water, give yourself, you performed an act of kindness for yourself right there, to tend to this physical being and find love and appreciation and hope in your heart. And that's something to be proud of. And it might seem like a little thing and like it doesn't matter, but it matters. I know exactly what Amber says. I know exactly what you mean. I give people kindness on a daily basis. Sometimes I have negativities naturally since I was a kid. And it's a beautiful thing, Think about these things that come from this pain as well. There are gifts that come from all the pain, right? The compassion and appreciation that comes from the depression and anxiety, because you've been to that place of darkness, that you understand it. And I can spread love and appreciation despite how I have felt in the past, despite how you might feel right now. One little pebble of love by saying something on here and admitting it could help someone understand that they're not alone. And that's an act of kindness worth giving yourself thanks for. I truly believe that. The like button, James says. It's there. It won't break your fingers. I absolutely promise you. And if it does, I'm a bold-faced liar. Nice cap, Scott. Why, thanky. Eggs and bakey. I haven't seen it before. I know. Yeah, right? You said you needed that encounter, but you made her feel better. In return, you felt better too. Exactly, I did. We both needed that encounter of appreciation, respect, and communication. And we don't give ourselves that value enough, especially when we're feeling that darkness. Give yourself the validation that you needed that they needed that as well, that you did that act of kindness. It wasn't just about you. And it's okay for you to do an act of kindness and feel good about it. It doesn't diminish it. You deserve to feel well about yourself when you do anything. When you drink that glass of water, when you take that first step and you stand up out of bed for the first time in days, months, weeks, when you decide you're not going to stare at the damn phone and doom scroll all day and just numb your fucking brain out anymore, where you're going to sit in it and feel it through and through. That takes strength to decide to do that. And if that's the first step, then that's the first step, and you deserve to be thankful for taking that first step, my friends. My brothers and sisters out there, and if someone you love is feeling that torment, I implore you to be compassionate and understanding. How is that lot lizard thing going? The lot lizard thing is, if you go to Steam, you can pick up a Lot Lizard at Steam. It's like $5. I know that we were going to do some free passes on it, and then it just got complicated with like vetting people, and I don't know anything about technology, and like we still have access to these keys for the game that Rob created. For you guys that don't know out there, it's just a dark humor game that an amazing human being developed by himself, Rob from Misled Utopia. It's a game on Steam. To the land of the lost, brother. I'm with you. And we have to give the love and appreciation for these things, for these moments that pass us by. We give too much value to the pain and anguish, to the darkness, to our uselessness. We give just a fraction of that validation to these small interactions, and keep, and add those up. It's not going to be one thing, that's going to pull you out of it completely. You're not going to go out there and say hello and have a nice conversation and then all of a sudden everything's right in the world. But you will go out there and have a conversation if you take the time to reflect on that conversation and the understanding thereof. You'll be 1% closer to being better, my friends. And I know that with an open, honest heart. Be the reason someone else loves life. James, I appreciate you deeply, brother. I like that quote a lot, and I know we're kind of skipping around, but we're going to put James up onto the top of the senior champions once again for that one. Yes, be the light in someone's life, and if you, like, again, what Sally was saying, if you have to do it for somebody else, that's perfectly fine. I had to do, when I lost my brothers, I had to do it I had to. When Steve passed away, I decided I was going to do something more, and I became a server because I was a cook and a laborer, and he always said that I could serve tables, and I did that for him, and it changed my life. Being able to do something he knew I was good at and break through that fear and be proud of myself that I honored him by doing something he always thought I could do despite my fear and self-loathing. When Rob passed away, it really inspired me to push forward for my own small business and do my best. Now, did it last forever? No, but I did well, and I learned a lot, and I did my best for a short period of time. And it might seem like nothing compared to a lot of people, but it's from where I came from. I think I did pretty well, and I could take that skill set with me of painting with passion and appreciation, value, and I can say now that I've put enough passion into it to give the best quality paint jobs that you can get anywhere. But I had to do it for my brothers for a while. All trolls are welcome here. Feel free to share. Very much so. The sharing helps us quite a bit. It's the likes and the comments. All these actions that we take here together will help this understanding grow, so our brothers and sisters can find a place of peace and love and appreciation in their heart. But it takes time and effort to find that love and appreciation. It's not going to happen right now, and you have to make that decision for yourself what the medicine is. Turn some music on, listen to some Misled Utopia, listen to some Not Go Bear, some Medicine for the People, or some Sublime, or whatever it is for you that puts a smile on your face. I highly recommend those three. One of those three always kind of helped me find a place of love and appreciation in my heart. Why does it always say top messages? I hate that. I got to switch it to all messages every time. Maybe I'm tripping out. But again, if you find yourself in that place of depression, loss, and grief, torment, in this empty, hollow place, you don't have to be there forever. Have you always been in this place? Have you always felt this way? It won't always be this way. And if you have always felt this way, you need a little bit more help than you're getting. And it starts by being open and honest. I promise you that. Call 988. You don't have to have just tell them, this is how I feel. Telling somebody, anybody, I feel hollow and broken and empty and lost. What do I do? Well, you're doing the right thing because you made a phone call. You called 988. You called someone who cared. Now, if you're not in the United States, I'm not sure what the equivalent is, but I know that there's caring, compassionate human beings because they've been through it. I'm doing this now because I've been through it. Just recently, again, even after all this amazing stuff that we've seen and we've done together, I come back to this place and I find myself back in this same place. Well, we got to fight against it, or we're just going to end up being there forever, and everything around us is going to fall apart into pieces, and we'll have nothing. You deserve better than that, my friends. I don't know if the comments kind of froze up on us or not, but I am not seeing anything after James there, my friends. And that's what I've decided to do. I sat in that place and it got worse and worse and worse for, I don't even know, a couple weeks maybe this time around, to the point where we weren't even communicating with each other, where I didn't even have the energy to come on here and discuss what we needed to discuss. There it goes. Styling, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you today. I appreciate you stopping in and saying hi-de-ho-de there, brother. You hit that like button, be very much appreciated. Good morning, James, he says. Styling, we appreciate you stopping in. Do you understand depression, Styling? Do you not? And do you have people that might? I mean, if you don't, I mean, the odds are that you know someone who does. The odds are that you do understand it, and that you know someone who understands it as well. That's the reality of it. How do we find our way out? For me, this open, honest communication has helped me to find a way out of it quicker than anything else, in a real, substantial way. But you have to explore what works for you. Thank you, Styling, for expressing yourself and being open and honest about that. We're working on finding a way out of that today, Styling. We're working on continuously sending love, hope, and appreciation. We're going to get you a spot onto the ceiling of champions for your open, honest communication today, Styling. How about right there? That looks good. All you got to do today to be commemorized on the roof of the Galactic Avengers, be open and honest. Do you understand it? Do you not? Do you know someone who is? Do you have any questions about it? Feel free. We're here to Marvel. Hey, remember me. Marvel Rapid Reels. I believe so. It's been a while, right? We'll have to check out your page, Marvel Rapid Reels. How are you feeling today, good sir? We're having a discussion about depression at the moment and our mental health and how we're going to find a place of appreciation and love. I find myself wondering what's so funny, good sir. Are you at a good place? Sally, proven fact, 15 minutes of being in nature raises a feeling of chemicals in your brain. 10 minutes. Very much so. Thank you. My daughter has PTSD. I probably have it too. We go through these things that traumatize us, and trauma makes us expect trauma. That's the reality of things. And I appreciate you expressing yourself in an open, honest, compassionate way there, good sir. It can be a hard thing to do. The PTSD is right there along those lines. Anxiety and depression. This shock of trauma to our system that causes us to either feel everything or feel nothing all at once. There it goes. Come on. Don't want to lose our marker. And Sally, thank you so much, Sally, for being here today. We'll give you another spot on the old roof there. Just let you know that there's times where I feel lost and broken, and this Ceiling of Champions has helped me a lot. I can reflect on the amazing human beings that have come in with open, honest communication and in a lovely reminder of how we're not alone. Take that with you today and show respect and love for yourself through open, honest communication, my friends. You deserve it. You deserve more than you believe. You deserve more than you have been given in this world at times. You deserve more love and respect than you give yourself in moments. Believe me. And I understand that at this point. It seems so ludicrous on the other side of it that I could feel that way and fall into that. But this feels so ludicrous on that side of it. When you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling lost and broken, and it feels like something that the other side, you can't quite understand it. And how do I get back there? And how did I find myself in this place? Well, it's a slow and steady decline. I believe that fully. And it's a slow and steady incline back up out of that place. And we're here to hold your hand and with love and compassion, with no expectations. You do what you have to do to take care of yourself. And we're going to be here for you with love and respect in our hearts to the best of our ability, my friends. And I love you as well, Sally. Thank you so much for spreading that hope and appreciation, for allowing me to be me. I'm done being scared of it. I'm done not expressing myself because I feel like nobody could ever possibly understand this pain I find myself in. It's time to start expressing ourselves. It's time to start opening up. I have PTSD, and I have been in major depression twice. Years of disabling sadness. Thank you, Sally. Thank you for expressing yourself. And that's so hard to believe. It's not hard to believe in that way. That's not what I meant. When you meet someone so amazing like Sally, so kind and compassionate, so appreciative and loving, and then you fall into that place of depression, it's like to hear that someone that's so amazing has felt that, definitely shows us there's a way out of it. There's a way out. And that love and compassionate person that you are, most likely you're that person because you felt that pain, so give it the weight it deserves. Find love and compassion in yourself for who you are. Despite how you might feel in this moment, you deserve it. And if you're stuck in that moment, I implore you to do something, do anything for yourself. Start very slow, start small. I implore you to take your own advice. Go out today and get yourself a gift. Find passion in your life for yourself. And understand that these things might feel so far away. They feel so far away when you're in that dark place. Believe me, I get it. The car is falling apart. There's the fucking hole in the roof, and I can't freaking save everybody. And my cup is empty, and I can't pour a single drop more of compassion and love out. And I'm just broken and stuck there. It has to start with you taking care of you. It has to start with that glass of water. It has to start with you washing your ass and deciding that today's going to be the day that you take one step forward, and whether you get out of bed or not, you're going to fight one thought. One of those thoughts is not going to happen because you're going to decide that it's going to be better in this moment. Yeah, Sally, and I'm part of that nightmare with you. Believe that. I'm with you, Sally. I love you deeply, and I understand everything you've got going on, and that's why you're the next right thing. The next right thing on the agenda as of this thing we're trying to develop to help people. The next right thing in the moment is taking care of myself, and I got to be okay with me not being able to get down there right now and take care of these things for you, because you're not holding that against me, but I hold it against me, right? But we'll be back soon to chip away at that stuff. And we can't, yes, but it won't consume your day. And that's strength. That's vigor. That's the love and compassion that I appreciate seeing. Is the fact that we won't let it consume our day. We are not going to let it consume us and our lives anymore. And find love, compassion, and appreciation for ourselves through open, honest communication. Hitting that like button, that small little pebble getting thrown into this abyss of pain, is going to help me to invigorate myself so that I can go out there and do the next right thing to the best of my ability. It does, and then sometimes we lose it, right? We learn it, and I find myself in that place stuck there, like, how did I get back here? How did I find myself back in this place of consuming anguish for who I am and what I am, like, and how far away that feels, and it feels like nothing matters, and I can just keep scraping through, and how is it, but we got to get up. You got to get up. You got to push forward, and you got to give yourself the respect that comes along with any little thing you do to take care of yourself, to get yourself out of that. And Stylen, I'm sure you could agree that it's not one thing that gets us out of it. It's all these small actions of love and respect for ourselves that help us find a way out of this pain and anguish. I find myself wondering, just like that too. Our poll today is you or someone you care for, no depression. 78% were willing to say yes. So you're not alone. That other 28%, I hope you're here with us as well, trying to understand it so that you can help your loved ones grow beyond this pain and anguish. Ask for help, Sally says. Yes, call 988. Reach out to us on Discord. You'll see it every day. Off-Grid Girl 42. Good morning, guys. I've been in depression many years. I've wasted a lot of years sad and angry. Without my husband, I'm not sure I would have ever pulled myself out of it. Love is powerful. Thank you, Off-Grid Girl, for your expression today. We'll give you another spot. I know you got a couple spots up there on the Roof of Champions, but you're an amazing champion, especially for that expression today. It does. It takes love. I don't know how I would have got out of it without my brother Rob, my sister Crystal, and Sally, the spiritual mother that I have. And these times in my life, I look back and I miss so much, and I still fell into these places, having all these things, my brothers and my father. And You know, we got to find a way to push through and find love for ourselves. I've got to get back. I've got to go kick some ass. Talk soon, guys. Keep your chain up. You've got friends. Thank you, Sally. Go kick today's ass, Sally. And if you need backup, I'm here. Whatever you need. I appreciate the love and respect that you bring into this community as a defining member of this turtle herd, Sally. You're an amazing human being. Go kick today's ass. And whatever that means, it doesn't have to be some huge way. You don't have to change the world right now, right? We just got to take that one small step. Get out of the house. You know, that's it. And maybe make a list. I keep making serious threats to make a list of all these serious threats, you know, and then that's something I'm going to be adamant about here soon. I started my notebook, you know, taking some notes on some things to help me realize these things we're talking about. Watch Leo Buscalana, Mr. Howell. We appreciate you, Mr. Howell. If you could do me a favor and put that into one of my shorts as a message, so later on, when I'm digging through, I'll see it and I can look at it right then. Even if I put it in the notebook too. Sometimes I get so distracted, but I'd really like to look into that, Mr. Howell. And we appreciate you so much. I'm assuming this is someone who understands these things we're talking about. And Mr. Howell, we appreciate you, and we're going to give you a spot up here under the ceiling of champions for your caring, compassionate understanding, Mr. Howell. For your advice to look into this human being who could help us understand this pain and anguish so we could find our way out of it. Slow and steady, nice and easy. The turtle herd will get there together, my friends. We're going to do this one step at a time. One small step at a time, we're going to get there as a group. Where are your shorts? They're in my YouTube channel under the shorts there, good sir. Not my actual shorts, my YouTube shorts. There's some fun stuff in there. We don't discuss a lot of this kind of stuff in there. I show a little bit of the journey. There's if you look in my playlists, there's the Galactic Avenger. You can see how I turned this Dodge Avenger into a camper car. You know, and there is some reflection in there on how we find our way out of this. You know, the long form videos that I have are still in development. Do you live in your car? When I'm lucky, I live in my car. I'm striving to find a home, a spiritual and emotional home. You know, I do have this physical place that a lot of people that I do appreciate. I think he was talking about your actual shorts. No, I know what he was talking about, Jeffrey. I just wrong cup this morning. But to you get there, brother. Thank you. We hope that you're Biddo Jonas Biddo. We appreciate you, Biddo. Bito, BJ, we're going to call you BJ, brother. How's that sound? So I don't slaughter the shit out of your name with my brain still being Swiss cheese from all these emotions lately. And we are going to get there together as a group, the turtle herd. You know, that one little click up there on that red subscribe button and the notification, so you know when we're together. I'm going to do my best to be here a bit more than I have been lately. You know, this last week has been a horrific thing, but we're going to pull ourselves out of it as a group, like Beetlejuice. You know, I keep making serious threats about going to see that movie, you know, but, you know, I get by myself and no ambition. But if I had someone I cared for that wanted to see it, I'd take them, right? So I think I got to stop making serious threats. I know that it plays at 7:30 tonight at the Hollywood Theater here in Mattydale, New York. You'll love it. I'm sure I will. So if you go to my channel, and then just on one of the short feed videos that I have, the shorts, right? The short under a minute videos that show the adventure. If you could just comment on one of those, his name, as a reminder to me to check him out, that would be amazing. Or one of my videos. I reflect on all the comments that come into my YouTube channel, and that's a way that you know, it's a way that the people that want to help me remember things and the things that I want to explore can help me, because I do got a little ADD as well, you know, and I get distracted and I forget these things. But I really would like to check this out, so we could reflect a bit on the wisdom that you're trying to, you know, expose us to there, good sir. Jeffrey, I was working at the Wendy's in Mattydale. You worked at the, well, yeah? That's awesome, Jeffrey. Well, then you know about the Hollywood Theater then, good sir. I haven't been there in years. I heard they remodeled it. I think I went there once after they did, but I Googled it last night just because I drove by it a few days ago, and it looked like Beetlejuice is playing at 7:30 last night, probably tonight again. And I was making serious threats, but today, we're taking the first step, or the 50th step in getting better. You're getting out of the house, getting moving. I'm here in the Planet Fitness parking lot because I have some issues with the shower at the place, but we need to clean ourselves. And then I'm going to move forward, do a little spark driving and get a couple dollars closer to either, fixing this vehicle, which seems nearly impossible, or getting a vehicle that's going to be a little bit better for us so that we can travel, and I've pushed this thing to its limits. Maybe I'll just keep pushing it. Maybe we'll just drive. If you're not sure exactly what I'm talking about, check out the Galactic Avenger and the playlists on my channel. She's a hell of a war machine who's gotten us there and back in a beautiful expression of love and art and appreciation. Ripping the back seats out of this thing, putting a foam mattress in, and I stick my feet there in the trunk, and I got my little kitchenette here that I've made. Has helped me to travel the country, and that was the first premise of this. As me breaking free was I wanted to help people. I wasn't sure how. I wanted to express this and wasn't sure how. Tommy, hey Scott, how do you doing, brother? Tommy, we're pushing forward today, and we're getting into the solution. We're discussing depression and the weight that it puts on us, and how we can find our way out, slow and steady, through these small actions of appreciation and love and respect for ourselves. Tommy, do you or anyone you love understand this feeling of depression, loss, and hollow emptiness? Feel free to share if you feel comfortable with it. If not, we understand. There's no expectations here, my brother. I do, personally. That's absolutely amazing, Tommy. We're going to put you up onto the ceiling champions today for being open and honest with us, helping us understand, Tommy, that we are not alone, good sir. You are not alone in that feeling of dark black abyss, that lost, confused, broken feeling of emptiness. We're in this shit show together, good sir. James says, it means you're welcome. God bless you. Yeah, bless you as well, the creator, God of your understanding, whatever deity you may find yourself giving thanks for. Mother Earth is here for us, and she gives us all we need. It's something to give thanks for. That's what the big dog would say, is you start your day off right. Wake up in the morning and give thanks for the simple things, and start from there. And then work your way out and give thanks for the beyond the simple things. We have the air in our lungs and the earth beneath our feet, and the four directions, and everything that we need here to sustain. Beyond that, I give thanks for each and every one of you, for my Turtle Herd members that have decided to come together in open, honest communication, love, respect, and true appreciation through your communication and your open desire to grow and heal in a way that could seem impossible. It's not impossible, and you're not alone. If you haven't seen that yet here today, stick around for a while. We have 42. Let's see where we're at. We're still at 81% now. Look at that. See, you're not alone, my friends. 81% of the people that have stopped by out of 42 people today have that have taken part of our survey understand, or have someone who understands this anxiety and this depression and this pain that we find ourselves in. Scott, you are the thread that ties us all together. That means a lot to me, to be able to be a part of this with you and all your compassion and kindness. It's going to help me get there, James. It's going to help me get there. I get paralyzed by all the possibilities, right? And I do have these things, that I have to start liquidating that'll help me get there. That food trailer, it might be this and that, and it's worth something. And it was gifted, and it just sat there at my stepmother's house. It's time to move forward with that, and stop being tied up in what it could be and how I wish it would. I need a new vehicle, so that thing's got to go. And my artwork, hopefully, at some point, I could start kind of selling that at a good deal. Putting that towards the next right thing, to the best of my ability. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't know, but that's okay. You don't need to know right now. You don't need to know. I don't need to know. All I need to do is do the next right thing for me in this moment, to find a place of love, respect, and appreciation for myself. And we hope you are well, Styling. Give appreciation for this group. I'm thankful beyond words that there's a safe place for us to communicate and come together as a group, as brothers and sisters in this world, with kindness and compassion in our heart, despite this hollow, consuming thing that destroys us at times. You deserve better, my friends, without a doubt. Slow and steady, nice and easy. Maybe recommend some musical medicine that helps you. Maybe recommend some motivational speakers that can help us realign our thoughts. Alan Watts has helped me to understand a lot of things, and Prima Corda is an amazing human being who's meditated on life and experience and has a beautiful understanding of things. Someone that I was exposed to through an amazing human being. When I took my little stint in college there, a professor that was absolutely amazing. There's people out there that understand, well, issues from 10 years ago are suffering now. In Styling, yeah, and let's face them. You spent 10 years not facing these things. It's time to face them. And I get you with that. And sometimes that can be, well, that was so long ago. How can I still feel it like it just happened? We're human, and sometimes it'll come back at us in waves, and we have to appreciate and accept what it is. For me, to find value in this pain and struggle helps me to push forward, and I hope that helps you too, Styling. Time heals all wounds, but at some points, time doesn't make a difference, it seems like. It could be right there in your face like it happened yesterday, especially if we don't digest it completely. I appreciate that, Styling One. Once again, can you comment that in one of my messages? Either in the short forms would be more, probably seen quicker because I don't really get into the longer forms too much. But if you could, I'll do my best to look into that. I gotta keep moving today and do something with myself. But it'd be very much appreciated because I'd like to look into that and learn a little bit more about what we're talking about here, what you're talking about. Get yourself that cup of coffee. Get out of bed and sit up straight. And just fight that next thought of emptiness. And understand that you bring value into this world beyond your understanding. And you could bring torment and pain into this world beyond your understanding too, if you decide to lash out and take the easy way out. That's I think that a lot of pain in this world, a lot of anger in this world comes from people not acknowledging the pain and the struggle that they're in, and it feels so good. It's this quick validation to hurt somebody else and to drag them into it, and to feel validated through causing pain when you're in pain. You're a superhero if you feel pain and you decide that you want to heal pain instead of hand it out. But we don't even acknowledge we're doing these things. I don't think that a lot of people I love do these things out of malicious intent. I think they do it because they don't have any other way. Remove, got it. Remove what? Thanks, we appreciate you. Be right back. Sorry. Don't worry about it, MD. No need to be sorry when love and compassion's involved. Message restricted. Why? What did MD say? Does Scott have a Discord? We do have a Discord. Is Crank's on here? I know I seen him a while back. Scott W. I'm going to have to reach out. We haven't seen him today either. Let's send some love and hope to our brother Scott W. who's out there. Hopefully he's listening. I'm going to reach out once I get off of this to our good friend and our co-host Scott W. We've got the know your role, like, share, subscribe deal here. We're not really playing that. It's just kind of a reminder of this game that we've built together where you get to roll the dice. We're not really playing that today, but it's there. What the game we're playing today is to be open and honest with ourselves, love, respect, and appreciation, and get your name up onto the ceiling of champions there, my good sirs and madams, just through being open and honest, just through expressing yourself in an honest way, whether you understand these things we're talking about or not, whether you're striving to find a way through the pain or struggle, or whether you don't get it. It's okay. It's okay. Try to help you understand that so you can help someone you love is a beautiful thing. To express yourself here is the first step, finding a way out of that pain, and the first step into helping someone you love. The biggest thing, if you're on the outside of it and don't understand it, is understand you don't understand it. And understand that, whether it be back pain or physical pain or hunger, if you don't understand these things, it's hard to really grasp your head around it. Maybe compare it to that. If you don't get depression, if you don't know why people fall into this place, it can be easy just to say it's going to be all right and it's going to be okay. Well, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be that way. And maybe it won't be okay. Maybe it won't be all right in this moment, but what will be all right is if you take that person that you love and you help them understand that they're valued. You help them figure out a way to spread love and appreciation for themselves. Depression is in need of deep rest. I believe that. I heard that recently, and it made so much sense. Maybe you just need to shut down and not feel bad about it for a day or two or a week or whatever you can afford. Maybe you just need to say the world right now and how everybody else feels. Maybe you need to say no to somebody out there that you love deeply and it might negatively impact their life. Maybe you need to because you can't handle it, and that's okay. And even if you can handle it at points and you can't handle it right now, it's okay to stop and take care of yourself. That's what the most important thing is. If you're feeling this pain, if you're struggling with this anxiety and depression and this loss, these hyper feelings of everything at once or nothing at all. And I can't tell you exactly what the medicine for you is. I can't do that. I can't, because we're all so different. There isn't a magical pill that fixes everybody, especially when it comes to emotional medicine. They all say, they could make it worse. And I've been through that as a younger man, going through this barrage of medications, that cause all these different things. I can say without a doubt that for me, CBD helps completely. It helps immensely, not completely, but it's a small step for me that allows me to move forward with compassion and love in my heart for myself. And that's more for anxiety than depression. But I implore you to give it a whirl. I implore you to find medicine. I implore you to give your body what it needs, the nutrients. If you're not eating, eat something, eat anything. If you're not hydrating and drinking water, you need to do that. If you're not getting up and washing your ass, it needs to happen. And maybe, and again, in this moment, maybe not. Maybe you just need to shut down completely and give yourself a chance to reboot. And that's okay too. IFV, hey crew, what's up? What's up, my turtle? It's good to see you this morning, brother. I was really happy to see your message the other day about how great of a day you were having, my good sir. And just remember, when you're having those great days, to reflect on what brought you there. You reflect on the fact that the pain of the past allowed you to value that day. It allows me to value this day. I don't have to be in that pain and torment that I constantly find myself in. And when I'm not, I truly have to understand that torment brought me here. And maybe if you're in pain, I don't know how much that will help you, but for me, it kind of helps. That this too shall pass, that when the rain stops, the sun will shine, and that sun will be so much more valuable because of the struggle that I went through. I'm going to call him as soon as I get off here before I go wash my ass here in Planet Fitness. It's going to be step one. I'm going to give him a ring. He may be at work today. It may be why he's not responding. And if he's communicating to you, I appreciate him being able to do that. I haven't heard from him in a minute, since the last time we chatted, and that can be hard too. Sometimes you got to not answer the phone. Sometimes you can't hear it one more time that everything's going to be okay. It just needs to not be okay for a minute, you know. Um, and we got to understand people's boundaries as well. We want to help them. We want to pull them out of it. They deserve not to be there, despite how we know we deserve it when we're there, right? Well, sometimes they need to be there. Sometimes we need to feel that feeling so that we could understand. Snow, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing well today, Snow. You're in a safe place to express yourself fully there, good sir or madam. I ask you, as the survey asks you, do you understand depression? Do you know anybody who deals with this? How am I? I'm doing quite well today, through these small actions that have built up to something better for myself. How are you doing today, Snow? That's the important question. Are you holding up? Good sir, thank you for expressing that, and you are good. That's great. That's awesome to hear. And I'm sure there's been some struggling days that make this day a little bit brighter. I'm absolutely positive for that. But I'm glad to have you here today, brother. I hope you're part of the turtle herd. Wow. Well, keep your eyes open and your heart open, good sir. It's a painful place to be, Snow. And it's something that many of us experience throughout life. Actually, we had 48 people and 83% either feel it or understand it. And if you don't, that's a beautiful thing, man. Give thanks for that. I give thanks that you don't understand that pain. But you also, give love and respect and appreciation to someone out there struggling, Snow, and understand that depression can be a dark place, good sir. Good. And I'm glad you're happy today, good sir. You're in the right place. Help spread that love and appreciation. It is a positive day, good sir. And it might not be that way for everyone. That's why we're here discussing this. That's why we're here trying to figure out the small ways, these little things that we can do that add up to a big change in our lives, right? If we walk 1,000,000 miles, you take out any one of those steps, you're not going to get there. Anyone, and it's like all the, 1,000,000 miles, like what does that third step matter? What did that third, that 15th mile matter? You can't take any of them out. They all matter to get to where you're going. Every last step. And we appreciate you being here. Seeing some of my Ranger brothers last night was great to see them. Was hard, but good. I'm sure, brother. And that's absolutely amazing that you got to connect. And that's part of the medicine right there. Reach out to these people and be connected in a way that you deserve. Allow yourself to. And sometimes that can be absolutely impossible, at points. But if people love you and appreciate who you are, Sam, what's up, Scott? Dilworth, we appreciate you, Sam. That's what's up. Open, honest communication about depression today and how we find ourselves in this place despite how beautiful the world can be and how we can feel hollow and empty and broken, in the most prolific ways, and how there's a way out, my brother. That's what we're discussing today. And I'm not sure if you understand depression or someone you love understands depression, but that's what the discussion is here today. We're doing our best to express ourselves so that we can find a way out, slow and steady, nice and easy. Become part of the turtle herd and really spread love and appreciation and hope through our desire to become something more, through the struggle of feeling pain and anguish. Even if it doesn't seem to make sense, get up and do it. Yeah, my shower's broken, so I'm here at Planet Fitness. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give myself a Planet Fitness shower and get going. And I'm gonna it might only be another $50 to $100 today that I make spark driving, but that'll get me one step closer to a vehicle that's not falling apart completely. Sometimes it's the hardest thing to do is to ask for help, but we all of us here, it's easy to talk. Thank you. And that's the thing. Yeah, when we get a group of us together, it makes it easier, right? You're among friends. You're among people who care for you. You're among people who understand, and you're among people who I hope you relax there today, Snow. You're among people that might not understand, but they're striving to understand because they have compassion in their heart. And thank you, Snow. I'm going to put you, Snow, if you're still there, brother, I know you're going to relax, but we're going to put you onto the roof of champions today, my good sir. There you are, right there. Our brother Snow, for being open and honest, man, for being part of this community, even though he doesn't understand depression. That's a great thing for you to be open and honest. You know, no one here is opinionated either. I don't speak because I know the truth. I speak because I'm seeking it. Now, I do know the truth through my perception of things, and that's what I'm trying to share. Beth, one of the in resale junk, I made $2,000 less than a month with thrift store stuff and junk I find it. That's all upset, Beth. That sounds absolutely amazing. There's this really cool place. I don't know if you guys, I'm going to show you guys something that resells stuff. Beth, maybe you could check this stuff out. I got a really cool gift for myself there at this place, and they do auctions every Wednesday. And here it is. Fat Man's Treasures, right there. These guys are absolutely awesome. They're in Phoenix, New York, and they do auctions every Wednesdays and Sundays. Maybe you can pick some stuff up at the auctions, and it's cool stuff. Like I got a spatula set for myself for my flat top. That was my gift to me, and it's this really cool spatula set, probably 30 or 40 bucks. I got for $10. There's all kinds of cool everything there that they must get on Overstock or through pallets or whatever. But lots of real nice stuff in the store that they have there. But I highly recommend you check those guys out. They're on Facebook, I guess. And we're going to try to, we're going to try to Fat Man's Treasures right there. Fat Man's Treasures. Check them out if you're into cool stuff. And Beth, maybe that'll help you out, find some stuff to resell. They seem like really awesome people. Maybe I was thinking about chatting with them, maybe doing a live. Got a 20% off Fat Man coupon on the back of their card too. That spatula set was marked $14, and I was excited about it, and he gave it to me for $10. I'm sure their auctions that they do are absolutely amazing. I hope you check that out, Beth, and I hope it helps you. Maybe I was thinking about as the next right thing just to go and be a part of that, sit in at an auction and maybe do a live with them, just to do something different and check out what they got going on. Let's talk about cats. Cats and the medicine that your animals are a beautiful thing. I got a bunny. Yeah, I'm sure that they ship out because they do live auctions on YouTube or Facebook. I mean, it's a Facebook thing. The Fat Man on Facebook, Fat Man's Treasures. Check them out. I'm sure they'll ship stuff to you. I don't know, how that would work with resale, but I know that this spatula set I got was worth $30. I got it for $10. My dog is what breaks me out of depression. Yeah, my bun helps me too, Beth. I also look in arcades, and I am vending machines for spare change. You would be surprised how many. That's a good little hustle there, Beth. We appreciate that. If you're struggling with a sense of purpose, I highly recommend this day and age that you download a couple apps. Download Spark Driving. It's a Walmart delivery app. Download DoorDashing and Instacart, or there's what's the other one there that they drive people and whatnot. Anything to get your hands moving so you can find a place of positivity. The monies are awesome. That dude, check out my playlist under Bun. He's got his own little chunk of short videos in playlist called Bun's playlist there, and I'm sure you'll absolutely love my chunky little spunky bastard there. The writing on the top of the card, dude, these are all people that we're commending for different reasons. Today we're commending people for being open and honest with their struggle with depression. Do you understand depression? Does anyone you love understand depression? You don't have to express anything but a yes or no. You don't have to express anything at all. There's no expectations here. But if you express yourself completely and openly and honestly, we're going to put you onto the roof of champions as a reminder for myself and for all of you out there that we're in this together through open, honest communication, my good friends. That dude, what is writing on the top? Grubhub. Grubhub's another one, Beth. Thank you so much. And I know with Grubhub and DoorDash, you don't even need to have a car. You know, you could do it on a bike for now. Scott, I think everyone has a guardian angel, and you, my friend, are one of many of us. One, thank you. That means a lot, Tommy. That means the world to me, that I can be this love and this light in this world that's so hard to obtain sometimes. Grandmother, Snow. I also had depression when my uncle and my grandmother had depression. Thank you, Snow. We got you up here onto the ceiling of champions for expressing yourself fully, and we appreciate you for continuously doing so. You know, I believe that part of this is a genetic thing that we cannot control, right? This fluctuation of emotions is a genetic thing that can consume us, you know, and that's part of it. Sometimes you just got to admit, I deal with depression, and that's okay. And despite my depression, I'm going to get up. I deal with anxiety, and despite this pins and needle feelings, I'm going to get up and do something. And how hard it can be to do for ourselves. Like, and again, I implore you, Just CBD is an amazing medicine when it comes to anxiety. If you feel anxiety, I don't know if it would help with depression. It's not really, for me, it just mellows those nerves out. It's a non-intoxifying cannabinoid. Don't be scared of it. It won't you up. When they died, Snow, I appreciate you expressing yourself. Yes, and grief can throw us into a stage of depression and loss, that hollow emptiness that consumes us, brother. We're here with you through your loss, my friend. There's a lot of loss here, and not to diminish yours, you know, at all. You know, we express our loss together as a group so that it defines us and helps us learn and grow, and it'll help the ones we love understand, help our brothers and sisters out there understand that it's okay to feel it. Feel what you need to feel. I know a lot of the struggles I have with my mental health in the past have come from me not allowing myself to feel it, because I'm strong and I've got this. Well, you know what? Sometimes feel it through and through, and it'll help you grow in a way that'll change everything. And it might not change it forever, because it's a biological thing too, right? You might get these waves of depression and anxiety, but don't forget where the medicine is. It's here right now. It's in open, honest communication. It's in the small little things we do to take care of ourselves. Remember that 1,000,000-mile journey, and how every step is just as valuable as the next. If you take any of those steps out of that 1,000,000-mile journey, you're not going to make it there. You can't think about the 1,000,000 miles away. You can only think about the next step and how valuable that next step is. And then think about the next step and the next step. You know, and don't devalue the next step, you know, just because it seems too small. Don't devalue that glass of water you just drank. Don't devalue that moment you took away from your phone and you reflected on love, respect, and appreciation. Don't devalue that decision you made to take a shower, even though it seems pointless. Don't devalue that decision you made to accept love and appreciation in your heart and call someone. Now, it doesn't have to be the whole thing. Doesn't have to be, oh, I'm bucked up. But you call a buddy, be like, listen, man, I'm hurting. I just want to have a conversation, maybe take a walk, bro. What's going on with you? I need to feel a part of something, you know? Snow, doodle dog, yeah, my arm, if my zoned out and woke me up when I have nightmares. Best friend ever. Yes, and my bun's my rescue bunny, and I understand and appreciate that completely. Show my grandmother was my guardian angel. I miss her so much, but she an angel shoulder all the time. Yeah, my Gams too. She was an amazing human being. She suffered with dementia before she left this world, and you know, I miss her deeply, and that causes me sorrow, but there's some relief in that. You know, she lived a full, loving, open life, and she continues to move forward through the compassion I have in my heart. You know, every time I go into a thrift store or a garage sale and I get to tell somebody my grandma's philosophy about how you don't know what you need till you find it in a place like this, and they smile, there's a little bit more love going to Gams on her journey, and I know she waits for us there. You know, with my Gams and your Gams, happy as hell right now that we found this place where we can communicate together. Whether it was... And I believe they're guarding and looking over both of us right now. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I hope you are happy, T1. Yeah, I hope so too. It's styling, I think, is what you're trying to pull there. But Snow, they're here with us, man. They are looking over you, and we send love and appreciation to these people that have passed through, pushing through the anguish and pain, and becoming something more than we could have been without them, and that can be a hard thing to swallow, right? It can be a hard thing to do. Styling one, actually right now, for me, dog love too, and getting outside. There you go. There's the medicine, IFV. Love that pet. Take care of yourself. Get out of the damn house. I rated my day. It was never be 100%. Some days are 10, some days are 80. I look forward to. Some days are 80, or some days are 10%, and some days are 80%. I look forward to hoping tomorrow will be better. Thank you, Beth. That's a beautiful statement there from an amazing human being. Because yes, no day is perfect, and sometimes we weigh today against yesterday, and it seems pointless because how beautiful it used to be. It's hard for me after losing. I'm sure it's hard for you losing these people that we love. Makes these days feel pointless. I'll be real with you. Halloween coming up is a struggle for me. It's a struggle kind of time of year. Me and my brothers used to have so much fun, and then me and my brothers taking my nephews and my nieces out for Halloween, and me being able to spend time with them. And we got to figure out a way to let it be what it is today and not weigh it all again. Appreciate what that was. Taking my nieces and nephews trick-or-treating with my brother there dressed like a clown, as these awesome human beings gave us beers, and we walked around drinking some beers and trick-or-treating with the little ones. Man, it doesn't have to diminish tomorrow, but it still doesn't make it easier. Styling one, well, I guess because I am so lucky to have my granddaughter living with me. She's 14, been with me for 10 years now. That's absolutely amazing, Styling one. That's very lucky. We hold on to these things and find our way through. Artie is cool. I've never could put the bow back. Archery is cool. You got to get a bow you can handle, maybe. Then I did a little bit of archery and I found it fun. My mom has early onset dementia. 360, I appreciate you expressing that. Right onto the wall of champions for you, 360. I know that can be a struggle. 360 starch. 360, did I say that right? Am I tripping? I'll give you the piece of advice my grandmother gave me before she fell into her dementia, is to do the best to make her feel comfortable. Don't try to, when things get bad, be there for her and be whoever she needs you to be at any given moment. Those times are hard. Look like I'm going to be you care of everything. Long Lake. Looks like we just got some good news from Rando. We'll call him back after this too. But it's going to be it's a hell of a road there, Starch 360. We appreciate you expressing yourself. You stick with us, and if you need anything, we're here for you. I just lost my mom at the end of July, still struggling. Yes, Beth, it's a hell of a struggle. Time will help us to digest these things, and reflection on the love and appreciation that she brought into our life. Sorry, I just keep getting the notifications up there. I appreciate you expressing yourself. It's Beth. Let's get you up there onto the roof of chair. We got you here. We're gonna get your last name though. You write your last name, Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm. I think that's what it says. I'm tripping hard, probably. Thornstrom. It's a struggle. We got to send our love that, and here's the thing too that helps me with depression and loss is the fact that, could I take away all the pain if I wiped away all of it? But you'd have to wipe away all of it. Would I allow that pain to go? No, I would hold on to that pain because the love and appreciation, despite it causing that pain, has immense amount of value in who we are. So just hold on to that with love and appreciation in your heart. The hardest thing to watch. So sad. 360. It's a really hard thing. But you don't have to just watch. You're there and you're a part of it with her. And it might not get any better. It might get a hell of a lot worse, and most likely will, especially with dementia. But you just remember that. Remember that your job is to make her feel comfortable and appreciated, and to do your best to console her through what she's going through. And we're so sorry to hear that she has to go through this. And that you have to go through this as well. This is a thing with love. She's not going through it alone. This dementia, you got to give that the value too. 360. Give yourself the value of the struggle of you going through it with her. But the best thing that I can say to you is that in the end, I don't regret being there for my grandmother. I don't regret the conversations we had when I was, when she thought I was my Uncle Scott, or when she thought I was her friend as a child. With a smile on her face when she seen me, whether she knew it was me or not, was a smile of comfort, because I always comforted her and I was always there for her despite what her mindset was. We can't fight against this demon, but we can do our best to kind of help them out through it. And at times it will be impossible. At times you won't be able to console her. And the sundowning thing's a real thing. I don't know if anybody's mentioned it to you, but it gets worse at night. And you can't hold it against yourself in those times that you can't save her completely. But you do your best to be that savior and that loving person. Cash Tyler says, I got a dog. At times I don't know, it would be the one to totally save my life. She's the best. Yes, Cash, we appreciate you deeply. We're going to put you up onto the ceiling of champions right now for your expression. What's your dog's name, Cash? I got a little savior too. Might seem ridiculous. His name's Bun Bun. We're going to put you right here up onto the front. We got some spottage going on right there, Cash Tyler. Find a friend. And that means an animal, I highly recommend these things that love us unconditionally, can help us get through it. It's an amazing that you have. So he looks like a cute little poop there. Look at that little poop's face. I see her in your description there, Cash, or in your name. Beth, this is lower the turn better for you. We appreciate you, Beth. JJ, hello, JJ, welcome in. Beth, my mom died in her sleep at 65 years old. 20 years ago. I was in shock for months, sweetie. Hang on to your family. I tend to push them away, but learned later. Yes, Stylin' One, thank you for expressing yourself, and that deserves a hell of a spot here. I'm pretty sure we gave you one already, but it doesn't matter. I appreciate you expressing yourself, that Stylin' One. Once again, you're a hero in this community for being open and honest, and helping us value what's in front of us. Despite the struggle and the pain, right? Despite the anguish that we may be going through in the moment. Value every given second. You always make me happy when I am sad. You, the chat, and angry everyone give me good advice. Thank you, Snow. Well, we appreciate you being here, good sir. I appreciate you more than I could ever say. Without a doubt in my heart, you guys are all blessings. I have a hard time with fall. Everything dying absolutely depresses me. Well, Cash, so one of the things with that too is we must appreciate the cycle of life, and everything's not dying. It's going to rest. It's time for it to rest. The trees don't die. The grass doesn't die. It comes back to life the next spring, and if we pushed forward and there was no fall and there was no winter, there'd be no rest in this natural state of things. And maybe that goes back to the depression we were talking about, acknowledging the rest that we need in any given moment. Acknowledge that this time of change will allow Mother Nature to rest. And we need to find that time of change and rest sometimes, good sir. The fall in the Adirondacks is absolutely beautiful, and I'm hoping to take you guys up there so we can experience that together sometime soon. Beth, thank you, Stylin'. Search 360. Its hard part is feeling helpless, not knowing what she needs or wants when she can't struggle. Yes, and and I appreciate you expressing yourself. That is a hard thing when it comes to that. It's an absolutely It can almost break you. But in times when you don't know what to do and what to say, and there will be times you can't do anything and you can't say anything against it, and just know that you're doing your best, and that when she leaves this place and she can be in her right mind once again outside of this physical form, she'll know everything you did for her. And I'm sure a lot of times she'll know what she did. My grandmother thanked me a lot. She thanked me so many times when she knew it was me, for being there and for helping her and for loving her enough, for not judging her and making her feel like there's something wrong. Because whatever it is, there's nothing wrong. It is exactly what it needs to be. I don't know. It's hard to digest that when you're in pain. It's hard to digest that and see that when you're watching someone you love slowly dwindle and lose touch with reality, But the best we can do is comfort them and love them 360. And I hope that you find a way to commend yourself in those moments of extreme pain where you can't alleviate it, because there will be another moment when you can. And in that moment, give yourself thanks and appreciation, because you deserve it for struggling through. Scott W., I'm here at work. Trouble morning for me. Shit, my plans at the gym. My keys in the car, cost me $200 to get it unlocked. Oh man, brother, we were wondering what was going on, brother, but hell of a fucking day, Scott W. We're talking about depression. Now we're not going to let it get to us. And how we do it, and sometimes we need to just take a break. Maybe you're pushing too hard, brother. You're shitting your pants in the gym. I don't mean to just blow up your shit like that, but maybe that's the world's way of telling you to slow down, man. Just to be okay for a moment and to just take a breath and to go see a movie, man. Check maybe there's a place you can go see Beetlejuice today, and I can go see it and we can chat about it afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that could be, so we could do that for each other, get ourselves out and do something for me, but for you kind of thing too, man, or whatever might work for you. God damn, it's 1% better today though, and lighter. Fuck the hate in my life. Only me. Listen here, brother. Sometimes you can hate it. You can hate it all you want, man. It's not going to change shit. I'm here for you, and we love you. We appreciate you, Scott W., despite the struggle, man. Because of the struggle. And we're going to put you up here again onto the wall of champions for expressing yourself today. You're a beautiful human being, man, with caring, compassionate love in your heart, and you deserve all the compassion and love that comes your way, good sir, despite the struggles of today, and despite the depression and anxiety that might come through. All those hearts up there, man, I'm sure they're for you. You deserve this, At Cash Tyler, dog can save you. Yes, a pet is an amazing thing. Please don't tap and like. Please do tap and like and hit the 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner to subscribe. Yeah, isn't there like a little red thing there, or am I tripping? That says sub. I don't know. But yeah, we're here with you, brother. It's a rough day. We're gonna chat after I get off here. What time do you get out of work, Scott W? Or are you already out of work, man? I've locked my keys out of my car, and didn't have the money and had to destroy my vehicle to get back in it. You know what I'm saying? And then we deal with that. But I'm glad that you had the cash. And it sucks to spend that cash, but I'm glad you had the cash to get back in it without smashing your window. What Al would say is, now that we've up, we learned a lesson, right? What are we going to do next time? We get you a bread tie and go get an extra set of keys for $3 and hang that shit underneath your frame somewhere where only you know. And this won't have to happen again. You know what I'm saying? You won't have to spend another $300. And I believe me, I've had to do this in the past because of shit. Maybe that'll be part of the solution out. I'm not saying that it is the complete the solution, and I'm not trying to diminish what you're going through, Scott W. I'm just saying we're here with you, and we'll get into the solution together, man. The solution is a hell of a lot easier to see through perspective, man, through other people's perspective, and it's hard to take that sometimes. Sometimes you just need to be in that misery. Sometimes you need to just let it flow through you and digest it, and I get that too, man. Whatever it is, I'm here for you, bro. Beth Thompson, I totally understand. My mom died 4/4/4. And first holiday was Mother's Day. It's a hard thing to go through. My mother passed a few years ago now, and despite the fact that we weren't talking, because I had to do what was good for me, it gets me sometimes. And I appreciate you sharing, Styling One. I appreciate everyone sharing this pain so we can weather the burden together. Thanks, Scott. I really don't talk about my problems in person, so this helps a lot. 360, appreciate you, man. Sometimes it can be really hard to say it in real life, right? In this passive way of communication can help us, man. And the fact that it helps you invigorates me and is pulling me away from that place of depression and loss and grief that I allow myself to be consumed in. And I'm glad we can be here together, Styling or 360. I'm glad that we can weather the burden together. It means the world to me. Scott W. Join the Discord. There's our Discord right there. Thank you, Scott W. I know that was mentioned earlier. If our friends are out there still looking for our Discord, there's a spot to show your artwork. There's a spot to express yourself in general. There's a spot to show your picture. If you want to see my face, you want to see MD's face, Scott W's face, Crank, and Jess, we're all on there, showing who we are in an open, honest way, communicating to the best of our ability. Now, I'm not too good at the whole Discord thing, so you know what I'm saying? But I try to jump on there and respond and do the best I can. Scott, such a dude. It's a circle. Yes, sir, it's a circle. What goes around comes around, my friends. But when we find... Whoa, there's a little bumpy boodle there. It looks like we're losing a little bit of a signal. When we find ourselves in that dark place, it'll come back around, but we got to keep moving. If you don't keep moving, you're going to never get out of that place. And I'm not saying right now either. That's this weird part about depression, right? You got to keep moving. At some points, you got to understand that you got to not move for a minute. You're doing too goddamn much, and your cup is empty. Like, stop. Go take a you day. You know what I'm saying? Go do whatever it is that you would do for someone you love. I can't say that enough. Go see that movie. Go buy yourself a spatula set. We're going to cook chili on my flat top one of these days. I'm adamant about pushing forward and making as much as I can per day to try to get into something better for us to travel in. Slow and steady. Don't get wrapped up in what's a million miles away. Take that first step today and you're going to be all right, Scott's such a dude. It's a gray days. Get outside and get... Yes, that's another part of it. Get some sun on your skin. Get some vitamins. Take a one a day. I highly recommend that Super Greens from Walgreens or whatever pharmacies next to you. It's like $20. And it's got a bunch of superfoods in it. It tastes like wheatgrass. I actually enjoy the natural flavor of it, but I know people don't. Winter depression, me too. Yeah, and there's vitamin D for that as well. You got to make sure you take that in the wintertime. I tend to run from the snow because I can't handle that shit. Seasonal depression is a real thing. IFV, yes, you are. 100% money. Thank you for communicating to each other, guys. I am so sorry, Scott W. Praise for you. A better day, brother. Today's struggle will bring value in tomorrow's sunshine. IFV, yes, you are absolutely correct. Snide says Cash Tyler. Cash, did you ever tell us your sweet little poop's name? Did I miss it? Your dog's name there? Hello and hope all is well with you. We appreciate you, Scott W. Brother, what time do you get out of work, Scott W? We actually have like a phone call. I'm going to try to do some spark driving here soon. But I want to hear your voice, brother. Make sure you're holding up, man. Just have a real conversation. To be able to have that bro time the other day really helped me out a lot, if that helps you. Open, honest communication where we can laugh and be stupid and not worry about being judged. And I can say shit that to a brother that needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Was an awesome gift, man. Take that with you today. And Crank, you too, man. James, I appreciate you deeply. And hopefully we can have a conversation outside of this at one point that reflects that, man. But you give me that as well. Mr. Boston, coffee causes cancer, brother. Switch to green tea. It helps. I'll keep that in mind. I've been a coffee fiend for a long time, but I appreciate your concern. Cash Tyler, you are good ma'am. Good ma'am. Yes, thank you, Cash Tyler. You're a good ma'am, too. Mr. Boston is also the same effect as alcohol. Coffee does? I don't know. I've never gotten blacked out on coffee and gotten in trouble for driving. I never got in trouble for driving blacked out either, but either way, maybe the same like physical effects into the future from drinking it is what you're talking about. It's the world's way of telling me to go harder. I don't know about all that, brother. I don't know about all that. I think that when the world comes down on us sometimes, we got to stop fighting against it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not, again, I don't speak in full truths, but when the world comes down on us like this, if you're not feeling well and that happens, You know what I'm saying? It seems to me as a sign to slow down a little bit, bro. I know you're pushing hard, Scott. I know it, dude. You're pushing hard against all of these things that are going on with you and the way the world is and what you're struggling with, man. You find that you need to stop, man. When's the last time you did something for you? I'd like to implore to ask everybody out there, when was the last time you did something for you that you would do for someone you love? When's the last time you bought yourself a gift, took yourself to a movie, bought yourself a good meal? When's the last time you went somewhere and did something for yourself that you do for somebody you love, man? And that's a serious question. I'd really love to hear the answer in there, because for me, when I fall into that place, I don't do shit for me because I'm not worth shit. And then that feeds into this pain. God bless you, Scott. Take care, my friend. I have to go some work on myself. I'll check it in the future. Thank you, Paul K. We appreciate you being there today. And we're going to put you up onto the ceiling of champions once again for being such an amazing human being there, Paul. For stopping in, showing love, appreciation, and respect. Appreciate you being here today. Paul K. God bless you, too. Walk with Creator, walk softly on Mother Earth, and appreciate what we've been given here despite the struggle, right? Mr. Boston, much love, brother. Much love back at you. Oh my God, I can't type before it goes through. I love you. I love you all as well. Thank you, Scott, and all. We appreciate you, brother. Please take what I'm saying to heart, man. Slow the fuck down a little bit, man. It really sounds like someone who loves you and has compassion for you. It sounds like you're running too hard, and I get there too, man. You're gonna hit that brick wall. If what happened today isn't a sign that you're pushing too hard, man, and you need to do some kind and open appreciation and reflection for yourself, I don't know what would be, man. You know, if that happened to me, I'd be like, okay, I'm pushing too hard, man. I'm not acknowledging what my body needs, you know, and I'm pushing too hard. I need to go take a swim somewhere or get a good meal in or something. You know, let's kick today's ass. Damn straight, we'll kick today's ass, but in a compassionate way, right? It doesn't have to be all fucking fists and fury and running towards the goal. It can be this next step of appreciation and love and respect for ourselves and what we actually need to fill our cup. You know what I'm saying? Scott for president. Yeah, right. Mr. Boston, he says, yeah, fucking A, right. Thank you, Cash Tyler. We appreciate you being part of the turtle herd now, my good friend. We're always here for you. 1900, he says. Is that where we're at in the tally of getting shit together? I'm slowly creeping up behind you, brother. And hugs for Scott W. Damn straight, I don't have the money. It was my food money, but I'll be good. Scott W., have you... Now, here's the thing, too, man. Openly and honestly, you don't have to answer this question, but have you evaluated public assistance? Man, you're living in a parking lot, bro. You shouldn't really be spending money on food right now. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, at least go ask these people, you know what I'm saying, if they can help you. They might say no because you make too much money and blah, blah, blah. They might be able to help you out with a place. They might be able to help, you know what I'm saying? Don't be overwhelmed with this feeling that you're a piece of shit if you take help, Scott W. You know what I'm saying? Maybe right now some grub stubs would help you get there, man. You know, especially if you ain't got no food money. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't got no food money, there's food pantries out there too, man. Don't be too proud to go out there. I've gone to food pantries. I've taken grub stubs, you know, when I need them. You don't have to feel bad about it, man. I tore myself up about being a piece of shit because my family, you know, my biological family took these things as necessity, and they deserved them, and they utilized the system, and they milked it dry and kept milking it, and it always disgusted me and angered me, like, and made me feel like, well, I'm not going to be that fucking piece of shit that takes this stuff. But in reality, you're not a piece of shit, man. It's there to help you when you're in need, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to save that physical cash to get yourself out of this scenario, you know? So, like, if you can get some help with food, whether that be a pantry or whether it be food stamps, you know, for now, you know, and there ain't too many obligations when it comes to grub stubs. You just got to tell them what's going on with your life. They ain't going to make you go and do anything as long as you don't ask for cash assistance. You know, you could ask for cash assistance. You could ask for help getting an apartment, you know, but there's a lot more steps and a lot more verification, you know, but you can keep it simple and make you know, get Medicaid and get food stamps, man. If you got Medicaid, that's awesome, you know. But and here's the thing too. Oh, it all seems so simple. It's complicated, man. It's complicated, and it's hard to ask for shit, right? But we start slow and steady, and just kind of keep that in mind, brother John. Brother, you need to find Almighty God and accept Islam and change my life. I appreciate that medicine worked for you, my family's life immensely, and all sins are the past or forgotten. So here's the thing, John, and we can speak openly and honestly about this. I appreciate your perception. Okay, and I appreciate the medicine that works for you, but spiritual medicine is just like physical medicine. I feel like certain things work for certain people, and I'm glad that it worked for you, my good sir. And I'm glad that you have a God of your understanding, and I'd love to look into that avenue of Creator. And I'm glad that it's helped you, but we can't condemn our brothers and sisters for their beliefs, as they move forward. I truly hope that, we can come together as brothers. I see you as John. Your expression is a beautiful expression, and it works for you, and it might work for some of our brothers and sisters out there. But there are medicines that don't help other people, and we don't understand it, right? It helps you, right? What do you mean it helped me? It's got to help everybody. Well, it's the same thing with actual medicine for our emotional well-being. Someone could take a pill that helps one person, and that other person could become severely depressed and want to leave this world because of that pill, make it worse. And I'm not saying that any avenue of God would make it worse, but some avenues of God, don't touch us all in the same way, my brother. And I guess I just wanted to touch base on that and let you know how much I appreciate your avenue of Creator. But we must open our hearts to accepting whatever avenues of Creator our brothers and sisters see and feel as well, and I'll look at it. We shouldn't be closed off. I'm not saying that I wouldn't look into that or that I wouldn't accept it or appreciate it. I appreciate the heads up, in Islam and Christianity and the traditional teachings. All these things are beautiful. I suggest you take a look into all of them, my brother. Take a look at the book To Become a Human Being. It's a beautiful reflection of Leon Shenandoah's knowledge, love, and appreciation for this world. He's the Tanadaho chief of the Six Nations in the 90s. It's another beautiful medicine. Now, I'm not saying that you have to replace it with your medicine. Your medicine's your medicine. But there's more medicine out there, brother. There's more than one way to truth and appreciation and love. I know that for sure. And I appreciate you expressing yourself. I will definitely join. Thank you. I do not work when I get on there. Scott W., do you need... I don't really need anything, but I could send you something. Family bought a Jeep Cherokee, and it is beautiful. Remember, it looks great. I took yesterday and totally washed, detailed it. I was so excited, and wow, it looks fantastic. Good for you, Stylen. We appreciate you expressing that. That sounds awesome, man. You must have a beautiful family. I used you have 13. I loved it. I have a 19 now. That's awesome. I wish I would have gotten the Grand Cherokee, not a Cherokee. Scott W., do you need anything? I do something for me every day. I go to the gym. I woke up. Yeah, so here's the thing, too. Those are these basic necessities, brother. You woke up, you went to the gym. Those are for you. I mean, going beyond the basic necessities, brother. When's the last time you bought yourself a gift? And if I was there and I needed something, or you felt like, how willingly would you be to buy me a gift or take me to dinner or take me to go see a movie or or give me something to express how much you care for me? That kind of thing I mean for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself the extra. And then, taking yourself to the gym is an extra. It's an amazing thing you do for yourself every day. But I mean beyond the normal, beyond the basics, right? When's the last time you bought yourself something new, man? I know that money's a struggle or whatever, but, taking a walk on the beach or doing something different for yourself, even going and asking for help, going to a food pantry, man. If that was your food money, you need to go ask for help, brother. That would be doing something for yourself. That'd be growing and becoming something more. Mitchell Benda is a good question because I don't remember. Well, Mitchell, then you should get out there and do something for yourself today. Get yourself a gift. That's your homework, Mitchell. I'm going to ask you again tomorrow when we pop on here, or the next day, depending on when we get on here, what you did for yourself. I want you to take that. MD's got some homework today, too. And Scott W., I may be tripping. I love you. Hey, Scott W. Yeah, Scott, hey, David, how you doing, brother? I get off at 1900 hours. What's that? 5 o'clock? All right, we'll chat later on, brother. I just raided to my motorcycle around the neighborhood listening to you with full blast on the stereo. That's absolutely awesome, brother. I appreciate you spreading the love in the world. So here's the thing, pride, that's why pride's a cardinal sin, right? That's why, they have this so much pride that you won't ask for help, so much pride that you won't diminish yourself. And, it doesn't diminish you to ask for help, brother. If we're here for you. We love you, man. Accept the world's help. If you go to one of these food pantries, you're going to make somebody's day that much brighter because they get the validation of helping you out, brother. And you're going to help yourself out, man. And no one's got to know about it. It can be between you and Creator. You know what I'm saying? Those people aren't going to judge you. The same thing with the grub stubs or whatever else you need. That's I'm not saying that you have to come on here and say whatever. You do you in the humblest way possible, man, but don't let that pride get in your way, man. You're not Superman, brother. I'm not Superman. I can't do it alone. We need help, man. If you very nice to the food station. I mean, some good people here. Thank you so much, man. Scott W. I just got called back now. This is the 3rd grade and it's amazing, but it costs for repairs. Chat on Discord. That'd be awesome to chat with you on Discord. Scott, do you have any hobbies? Scott W. Yeah, do you have any hobbies, Scott W? We gotta, that'd be a good thing to explore. How been in a room full of people and felt alone? Yes. MD, thank you so much for that question. We're gonna give you another spot up here onto the wall of champions, MD. Because yes, I've been there. I mean, you can be surrounded by human beings and not figure out a way to connect because our cups are so empty that nothing matters. That's what I mean by getting back to the basics, starting simple and taking care of ourselves slow and steady. I've been in plenty of rooms full of people just feeling alone and disconnected, and everybody's got somebody and everybody's connected, and then I'm just sitting here by myself on the outside looking in. It's the last day of summer and the wind's starting to blow and the rain's starting to fall, and I'm looking in on a nice cozy dinner and resenting the world because I don't have that, in this metaphoric way, and it's a horrible place to be. But thank you, MD, for pointing that out. Just know that that's an illusion and you're not alone. But we care if you're okay, MD. And just know that it's a hard thing for people. These expectations we put on people can breed resentments, and it's a hard thing to let them go. It's nearly impossible sometimes, but just know that we care, and I'm sure there's people there that care that might not just know what to say. They don't, it's hard. We want to act like everything's all right. I understand that completely, MD. Thank you for sharing. We're going to celebrate him today. Yes, MD. Let's I implore you to do something for yourself to send love to that sweet little one. That's what he would want. That's what my brothers would want, was for me to reach out and do something for me today. And I know it can be hard. I know it can be nearly impossible. But I implore you to do your best to treat yourself in this beautiful way you deserve to be treated, despite the pain and struggle we find ourselves in. Allow that pain to flow through you completely. You deserve it. You deserve to, not the pain, but you deserve to move through it and find strength through this loss. And we appreciate you. Yeah, and we can, you're all part of something greater. Thank you, James. That's a beautiful recognition and acknowledgement of appreciation and love. And I don't mean to cut you off, but I do got to limit myself to this and realize that I could keep pushing and we could keep this conversation, but I got to take care of me. I got to get in there and clean up, and I got to go do some spark driving today to make a couple dollars, towards the goal, which is to do the next right thing. It's going to take a little bit of cash, and that's going to take a little bit of time. So with all the love and respect in my heart, and MD, we appreciate you. I appreciate you more than I could ever say, especially being open and honest. You're a beautiful, amazing human being for expressing yourself and allowing yourself to feel this grief and pain. At times it will be consuming, but we're here with you, despite the fact that I can't completely understand the pain of losing a child. I could only, but I do understand grief and loss, and we're here for you, and we love you deeply. 16, there you are, 16. We appreciate you, brother. We're just about to get out of here, man. I gotta push forward and understand my limits, and that means that cutting myself off and taking care of me before I push too hard. With that being said, I love you deeply, guys. I love everybody. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate everybody who's been open and honest today, who's made it to the Wall of Champions here, for expressing themselves. Thank you, MD, for being so open. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, James. Thank you, Scott W. Thank you to Stylen One and all of our great friends, IVF and David and Mitchell, our new friend. His name is right there. Come on, bastard. There he is, Cash. We appreciate you, Cash. Mr. Boston, Anna, Paul K, all these amazing human beings that came in today and expressed themselves deeply. 16. Okay, let's take a couple more minutes. 16. I appreciate you expressing yourself, and for that we're going to put you on to the Wall of Champions. We're going to go over the basics another time. Right now, we're going to go over those basics, 16, that we've been talking about today. Depression is a crazy thing, and it's a painful, dark place, right? It's this thing that consumes us completely, fills us with the emptiness and nothingness. It makes the world a dark and lonely place, my friend. I just want you to hold on today, 16, and start by taking care of yourself and trying to understand your value. Start by hydrating and eating, and don't allow this feeling of depression to physically manifest in a way that continuously drags you down. You don't have to get any better. You just have to stay where you are. And if getting better means drinking a glass of water, hydrating a little bit, getting some food in you, spending some time with friends, you've taken the first step here today, 16, by expressing yourself. Yes, man. Scott, look after Scott. Come back to fight another day. 16, 16, this is your place. No judgment here. It makes me feel like doing nothing. Yes, it'll make us feel like we're hollow and nothing matters, right? But we have to fight against that feeling. We have to fight against that whisper in our mind. And depression is a need for deep rest, 16. Maybe you just need to take today and be okay with not being okay. Maybe that's the first step, brother. I love and appreciate you. I have a Cash App, and it's in my description of my channel, 360. Anything that goes into the Cash App is towards the next right thing, and we're going to figure out what that means together. FR Scott. What's that mean, FR 16? For real? Is that what we're talking about? I just pulled myself out of that place, 16, and I don't want to leave you hanging. So we're going to chat for have a good day. Seeking. Have a great day, everyone. Just wanted to say hi and thank you. Desperately Seeking. We appreciate you, Desperately Seeking. And, it's 16's going through it for real today, and we're going to stick around for just another minute and allow him to express himself. Have you hydrated today? Have you taken a shower? Have you expressed yourself? Just, and then you have expressed yourself. Look at that. Look what you did right now, man. You give yourself the kudos for getting on here and expressing yourself, man. That's one step closer to getting through this depression, anxiety, and grief, man. You're doing the next right thing by being open and honest and loving with us right now. Mary X, Scott W, Cash App. Oh, Scott W. Yeah, I thought you were talking to me. I'm sorry about that. I don't think Scott, here's the thing, he's going to be, I don't know if he'll accept any of that help. But we'll help him figure it out. Figure out a way to get through that. And Scott W., if you can hear me, brother, with all appreciation and acceptance, man, I'm just trying to be open and honest. You know me, man. I don't know shit about joke. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do my best to express the tools that I've picked up and try to help you find a way to drop that sense of pride or diminishing pain that comes along with accepting help. You know, you deserve it, man. You're a good person. 16, we love you, brother. Keep that in mind today, and you do the next right thing. Small little steps will get us out of this place, 16. Take care of yourself today, brother. We love you deeply, and you're not alone. And no matter how dark and desperate and empty it feels to be in that hollow place, people understand that pain. 89% of 70 people understand that pain today, according to our vote. Now, that doesn't diminish the pain that you're going through, but you're not alone. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's going to be a slow and steady climb out of that darkness, my brother. $360. In the description of my channel, there is a Cash App in there. I don't know you, but that's not for Scott W. That's for me. If we're talking about trying to get Scott W some cash, that's not in there. But there should be a Cash App. Traveling Scott, I thought you were talking to me, brother. I thought you were wanting to make a donation to the next right thing here, James. So I'm much better. Awesome. Sup, Snow. Well, we appreciate you, 16. And I really got to get going. I'd love to keep chatting with you guys today. Again, with deep love and appreciation in my heart. I hope you find some peace through this struggle. We're gonna have another conversation tomorrow morning. We'll figure out what that is when we get here. Slow and steady, get through the day. Instead of, do you have Cash App, Traveling Scott? I do have a Cash App. It's in the description of my channel. You got to go to my main channel and then the description of the thing, and it's in there. I have a room where I can close the door. There's so much junk. I blame depression. One step at a time, IFV. You know, and here's the thing too, man. If you pick up one piece of trash, if you pick up one thing a day, or you pick up a, that feels good, pick up another one, man, and pick up another one, and pick up another one. My little troll nest becomes freaking bigger and bigger the deeper that I fall into it, and we need to wear a clean shirt and wash our ass and have our surroundings not be full of chaos, because that will also help us to understand that we don't deserve to live in it. We look around and shit and we feel like shit, and it's all shit. Do me a favor, Scott W. or Stylen. If you haven't listened to Coffee Talk, take a listen to Coffee Talk. It's the one long form that me and Misled Utopia together. 16, if you're there still, please listen to Coffee Talk, brother. Hopefully that'll help you out. One small step at a time. We get to decide in this moment if it's going to be positive or negative, and it might not help you completely, but I hope it helps you a little bit. So we got to start letting go. I appreciate that, Stylen 1. We're going to stick you up onto the roof one more time today for admitting that. You can't let go. You got to let go. Start by letting go of these things that don't matter. They don't matter, right? If you used it in a month, are you going to use it next month? If not, get rid of it today. Do yourself that favor, Stylen. Start heaving shit in the trash. You don't need all this shit. All it does is weigh you down, brother. You're awesome, 360. We appreciate you. And we're going to keep pushing forward, man. We're going to keep spreading love and hope to the best of our ability. Right now, today, I need to take care of myself, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow, everyone. We appreciate everybody who's become part of the Turtle Herd. We appreciate all the Turtle Herd that's here on a daily basis. And we move forward slow and steady together as a community with care and love and respect in our hearts, without expectations, without resentments, and without judgment for who you are and what you're going through. We just try to share the tools of love and compassion as a group, so that we can find this place of serenity and appreciation together. It's out there. It might take you 1,000 steps, but you got to focus on this next one to get you there. These things that we talked about today will help you get there. Stylen 1, and it can be overwhelming. Pick the shit up. Think about that. Have I used it in the month? Am I going to use it next month? Throw it away. Yeah, it might have value, it might not, but all this clutter and all this stuff, start with the trash, the literal trash. that might be consuming your life. It's hard to know without being there with you, brother. And I get that too, where to start, right? Start with washing your ass, start with brushing your teeth, start with drinking some water, start with doing your dishes, and then wiping off the counter. And then pick one room where you could put all the extra shit, or one spot where you could put all the extra shit, and you pile it to the ceiling, and then clean out one area. You know what I'm saying? And then use that area and pile everything. You know, who knows? Just keep fucking moving, brother. Have a blessed day. We appreciate you. Perkins, thank you so much. I don't know why I kind of hesitated on that. You have a blessed day too. Kick yourself in the ass and get outside of your box. There you go. Start right there. You don't know where to start? Fuck outside and get some sun in your face, man, before it's gone. Go get yourself some trash bags and start filling them bitches up, man. And make the goal be something small. You fill up one grocery bag full of trash, man. If that feels good, fill up another one and get rid of it, man. You know, to the best of your ability in whatever way you can. You've admitted you're a hoarder, man. That's a hard fucking thing, dude. Now you got to start letting go of shit. And keep in mind that all this stuff that you have is just going to hold you down, brother. It ain't helping you. Get rid of it. And one bit at a time, one small step, man. Let's work on just this moment, you know, and just what you can do right now. Throw away that one bottle, take that one dish to the sink, do the dishes, clean off the countertop, you know. That's where I'm starting to at the house, because it's gotten out of fucking control because of my depression, man. What's happened? We're just talking a little bit, trying to help our buddy who's admitted that he's a hoarder find his way out of it. Well, here's the thing. If you don't know why you can't get rid of this shit, acknowledge it's an emotional thing. It has nothing to do with the stuff, man. Are you going to grow and heal? To be able to be okay with being you and not finding value in all this shit? Maybe that's why you can't get rid of it. We will chat. How about we chat a little bit more about that tomorrow? I could do a little research in hoarding tonight, or we can all try to look into hoarding a little bit and help our brother out. Maybe that could be tomorrow's topic. Yeah, find yourself in that moment of appreciation. Even if you got to get, you know, maybe the first step is to separate yourself from it completely and not worry about it. And start small with one grocery bag full of shit you could throw away today. And then tomorrow, one more grocery bag full of shit. It doesn't have to be everything right now, man. It just has to be one little thing, brother. 485 swims are 485. You said something, brother. That's what you did today, and that's a blessing. With that being said, I really got to go wash my ass and take care of me today, but we'll catch you tomorrow morning. If you need to communicate, feel free to leave some messages in some of my videos or reach out to us on Discord. SW, if you could put in the description of yesterday's video, and you know, we make that a standard thing that we put the Discord in the comments of whatever videos, man. That would help a lot so people could find those after the fact. Give Jesus a try. Pure blooded, we appreciate you, and I think that you should, you know. But if it doesn't work for you and that avenue doesn't work, don't condemn yourself. Amen. We appreciate that you have found that avenue of faith, and I implore everyone to take a look at every avenue and to use what avenue works for them, and appreciate a God of your understanding and your brothers and sisters' understanding. And I have a God of my understanding in my heart, pure blood, and I really wish you could feel that and understand. I feel it as deeply as you feel it. And these words that we put on this God of our understanding are just words. You know, that's how I feel about it, and I appreciate you expressing yourself. Father is hard. Let me go. It is letting go that's hard, brother. I'm praying for you, especially when we've lost so much. How are we going to let go of anything? Well, you got to start taking care of ourselves, man. If holding on to this stuff is diminishing your life, you got to let it go, brother. And you already admitting it. It's first step. There you go, man. If you do nothing else today, I implore you to fill up one grocery bag full of trash or do your dishes. and then that would be exceeding expectations, brother. I appreciate you too, Pure Blooded. Please become part of the turtle herd by subscribing, man. Slow and steady, nice and easy. We're gonna figure out a way together, brother. We appreciate you coming in and spreading your connection that has given you purpose. Means a lot to me. But I really got to get out of here today, guys. I'll catch you soon. I'm off like a herd of turtles.